जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे, भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा, द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा, उछल जलधि तिरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा, जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे, भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे, जय 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 हे। जय भारत का संविधान, जय भारत देश, भारत माता की जय, वंदे मातरम। भारत के भगवान, भारत का ख्याल कर, भारत की हालत ठीक कर। धन्यवाद। नमस्कार, सूरज सिंह, फरीदाबाद, भारत, NCR। Every day, greetings to friends that Bharat is changing and you are changing. जनवरी मंथ 24 तारीख जनवरी की 2020 आ रहा है गणतंत्र दिवस, कमिंग रिपब्लिक डे, but already people are celebrating it. Great time for our nation to see transformation from one state to another state of its affairs, public affairs. WEF is moving, World Economic Forum, and unfortunately somebody spoke there about name of our country in a negative way. I didn't like it, but it was there. Name of our country was included in one speech of a very rich man from England, USA, and we are included in 4 nations who are moving towards dictatorship, a like situation. Unfortunately, our name is not included that. US, Russia, China, these countries and our nation was included in that statement of speech delivered by there from one rich person, from person who is interested for universities, and our name, our Prime Minister's name, Modi, was included, who is interested to transform, change our nation, Bharat, to Hindu Rashtra. It was clearly mentioned in that. So, yesterday, our nation got a great black mark on our forehead due to credibility or debtability of our prime ministers and BJP. Shame onto these people, shame onto BJP, and shame onto our government that our name that has reached to that international forum as a future and current dictating country. I feel unhappy with that. But those people who do not wear clothes, what can you say about them? Shameless people. I have no solution, no answer to those people, and all you must feel ashamed, and all those who are Bhakts of this government must dive in fistful water if they are sudden shame. Always crying Hindu, 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 Rashtra, they have become mad. They must treat their minds, septic minds, filled with filth, with septic, with sewage, where billions of anaerobic bacteria are working there in that sewage to decompose that into sludge, grey colored dry product. These people must die with shame. They have brought this worst bad name to our country because of them. It was a beautiful country. It is a beautiful country, miraculous country, where people can do miracles. Miracles in science, miracles in technology, miracles in every field, miracles in physical work, miracles in mental work. People are there, and these people have indented all that. I don't understand what sort of people we have now. 10% people, 5% people have brought damage to this country. Hell with them. Nonsense people do not understand anything about our nation and damage this nation's reputation all over the world. I am not concerned with USA, what bad name they got. I'm not concerned with Russia's bad name, and I'm not concerned with China's bad name, and I'm not concerned with somebody else's bad name. But if my country earns bad name, I cannot digest that. You can digest that? Citizens of this country? I don't understand. I just read that news. If a non-government person states that, it's a shame on you. I don't mind if some government says something, because governments are all scandalous. All world governments are scandalous. I don't care about them. Because they're all same colleagues. All prime ministers and president, heads of states of all governments are colleagues. They can say anything to each other. But somebody else says, high-profile citizen says something about their country, I don't trust and I don't accept. But acceptance or no acceptance doesn't mean it has been announced on a international forum in countries Switzerland, Davos, and it's very serious matter. And particular name of our prime minister included in that speech as dictator. I don't understand what to comment on that. Can you? Is our constitution dictatorial? Our constitution is dead? Are we carrying funeral of constitution? Big question mark and mark of exclamation. What is happening in 2020? We just traveled 72 years of independence, and we have gone to such status of unbecoming character. Bharat people, soul-based people, spiritual people, religious people, working people, physical people, mental people, clever people, hardworking people. And what's the result? How many crores youth we have? They should think on this. I cannot say children can think, but youth is always a power of this country, and not only of this country, but also for all other countries. Youth who are having energies, who are having aggression, who have stamina, potential kinetic energy, mind energy, destinies, ambitions, and final move, how to transform a country, how to transform a system. They must think time has come. It's not question of getting aroused. It's not time of getting into a stage where there is instability, but this youth power must open its eyes and accept challenges posed by government and by other circumstances. After all, youth has to lift this country and move with that uplifting state. And youth is always a power. And those youth must take this responsibility with them under guidance of other society people. For example, senior people, veteran people, and experienced people. They should not wait for something else. And I am raising question to all those members of parliaments in this country. What sort of work they are doing? What responsibility they have shared? Do they mean their responsibility is confined to? They should not forget that they have undergone oath of constitution in name of their respective gods, that they will abide by constitution, they will do everything serving people, to serve people in their public benefit and to keep nation high. What are they doing? Irrespective of party lines, I am asking. As a citizen of this country, I am raising my voice on behalf of all those people who may accept me or may not accept me, but I am a citizen of this country. On that behalf also, I have a right to raise my questions to all members of parliaments. What are they doing? Are they sleeping? Are they dreaming? Are they only busy in their own way? Do they have any concern for this nation? Or they are only limited to touch feet of their leaders? They should not forget. Their leaders are not their leaders whom they think. Their leadership rests with people of this country, irrespective of their party lines. Honor of every member of parliament is public citizen. They are working for public, means they are working for nation. This is basic philosophy, basic job of every member of parliament. Member of parliament job or proceedings of parliament, second part. First, you are representative of people. You should not forget that. This is what our constitution mandates. That people constituted you as a member of parliament, and you are therefore responsible to people because you are representing them. If this is small point you cannot understand, then your mind is stopped, it's locked. Open your lock. Key is with public and with you. If you cannot understand this small point, then you resign better or come to people and talk to them. People are sitting everywhere. Unrest is on. People want to speak to responsible one, but people are not reaching their representatives, are not reaching their. That is responsibility of every MP. At least MP should see what's happening in their areas. What do they see ultimately? Why? What for they are waiting? Why they are waiting for orders and instructions from their political leaders? Why? They are not representative of political leaders. They are representative of people of this country. 550 or 45 MPs of Lok Sabha. What are you doing? Where are you? You have no responsibility to public. You have every responsibility. You are not doing your job. Do your job. We don't want press conferences by you. We want you talk to people. Have their grievances written. Have their grievances heard. You are like representative, means you have to help people to solve their problems. That is only purpose that you are elected. That is only purpose constitution gives you mandate to serve people. People have constituted you. Remember, you are not a small person. You are representative of every constituency, wherever you belong to. You must keep in mind that it's constitution that brought you to this power. It's not your personal achievement. Honor was given to you, public honor. Election to Lok Sabha is a public honor. You are not respecting that public honor. You are ignoring public. You are ignoring Article 81 of Constitution, which says, which mandates that you are constituted by people of this country in terms of votes, in terms of adult franchise, or you can say right for adult suffrage. You are not valuing that. It is unfortunate. You are not doing your job. You have no guts even to talk to those people who are sitting on roads and streets. You cannot even talk to them. This is not your responsibility thing. What sort of your character do you have? You were elected by public. You were not elected by your political party. You were not elected by government of India or Bharat. You were elected by every voter. You have a duty towards your voter. That duty is more important than duty of proceedings of parliament attendance. You did not serve public there. You have no guts to even go through thoroughly what's written on bills. legislative pieces. You even don't have that knowledge. You don't analyze what's written there. You just follow your party lines. Does Constitution say that you follow your party lines? Where does it say? Show me reference. I want to see where it is included that MPs have to follow their party lines. It is your duty to go through all articles, sections included in acts or amendments, whatever it is. It's your duty to analyze that, whether or not proposals are within ambit of Constitution or not within ambit of Constitution. It's your duty. Why should you leave everything to court? Your job court should do. Why? Why every piece of law must go to court's review? No need. You cannot depend upon court's jurisdiction alone. What is your jurisdiction? What is your case? We know you are immune from legal actions. It doesn't mean that public cannot ask you. Yes, court cannot raise your questions about proceedings, but public can ask you. When bills come to Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, what's your duty? It's either you read that thoroughly, understand that, analyze the Constitution. You listen to others. You listen to all. You don't want to listen to anything because you belong to one party. You forget that member of party doesn't mean you're MP. You're MP because of public. Once you're MP, you have no connection to your party virtually in eyes of public. You are member of Parliament, Bharat, India. You are not member of Parliament, BJP or Congress. Remember, try to understand what is given to you by public, not by your political party, not by someone else. Public elect you. Public has a responsibility, has a right to raise questions to you. They are raising questions to you, but they are not understanding whom to raise questions. They are asking Prime Minister come or Representative Prime Minister come because people are innocent. They are not experts, but they are people. They are right on you. You are getting paid by them through government or through consolidated fund or other funds. Don't you understand that? You are silent. You are sleeping. You are neglecting people. And you are some of chief ministers abusing people, insulting women, telling that they are sitting on roads and their men are sleeping in blanket. Shame on to such politicians, such chief ministers of this country. Stupid chief ministers have no value of characters in mind. They don't have any status how to speak. They don't understand what's written in our Constitution. They don't understand what's written in 51A article. They don't understand anything. Talking anything about women folk. Who gave you this right? I am asking that person who spoke that. They send ladies to sit on road. Shame on you, such people, and nobody is asking any question to them. Who are you to say that? What authority you have to speak something bad against women folk of this nation? Such a nonsense people are there in our power. Nonsense, stupid people have come to such constitutional offices. No value, no character, no moral, no tongue control. And they are sitting in power. Such people must be beaten directly, must be arrested. How he can say that women are sitting on road and their husbands and their other parents or whosoever male members, they are sleeping in blanket? What is this nonsense? Such people are not worth even to be appointed as peon. They are sitting in high constitutional offices. And people are tolerating that. Police is tolerating that. Can police not understand this? What nonsense this is talking? What's duty of police? Law and order is not a part of law. He's insulting women. They are saying, some are saying, women are charging money, 500 rupees, 700 rupees. Bloody hell. Nonsense. You have spoiled reputation of this country. It's only in 6 years you have spoiled complete reputation of our country. Women, talking about women like this. You cannot respect your mother, I think. You cannot respect your sisters. That type of person you are. Sitting chief ministers, talking nonsense. Don't understand? We are people. We are above you. We are above everyone. You are having constitutional offices. We are in constitutional authority of citizenship. It's constitutional, not your father's given, right? If I am citizen, it's by virtue of constitution of this country. Read constitution first, then ask me. I'll tell you what I am. You are trying to teach us, you idiots. You will teach us. People are educated, they know what they are. Don't raise any nonsense questions. You are sitting there by mercy of people, not by your capability. By your capability, you are zero, you are nothing. You are just a grazer. Go and help your animals, that's your job. Shepherd you are. Become CM and PM and talking nonsense all the time. Become Home Minister and talking nonsense. This is your qualification. This is your commitment to people. You are in power because of people and you are using bad words for people. Somebody is saying, identify by clothes. Somebody is saying something else. This is your character, your moral, your mind setup. What should I say? You brought bad name to our society, our nation. It's your debit. People will teach you lesson when times comes. You are calling people like that. Shame on all of you. Whatever party you belong to, at least bother about it. Party has got no value in my mind. Citizen doesn't relate to party. Citizen is citizen, remember. Above all, people. Citizen constitutes people. We are people of this country and we are above you. Constitution is speaking that clearly. Read Constitution. People of this country have given to themselves these constitutions. It's not you. Public is above all. Public is honor of this country. Voter is honor of this country. Not PM, not POI, and not CM. Your anger doesn't mean anything to me. Yes, you are a criminal because you can kill people. Yes, you can kill people. You can use police to kill people, to beat people, to cause all kinds of atrocities on people. But you are nothing. You are a coward person, I should say. You can't do good to people. You can damage public authority. You can cause damages to individuals. Public is public. Remember, public brought to you this position. You did not come by examination or by test or by certain special knowledge. You are just a frog in a well, nothing else. Clearly speaking, you do not know what is canal. You do not know what is river. You do not know what is sea. You don't know what is ocean, what is sky. You only know a small well. So you are a frog in a well. I am really very much excited and unhappy by such news we are getting in every day. You are ignoring people as people are nothing. People do not exist, only you exist. You are fed by these people and you are talking bad against them. Filthy language you are using. Unparliamentary language you are using. Women are sitting on road. Nonsense, they are sitting for you. Parliamentarians and CMs and all that. Shame unto parliamentarians, all parliamentarians. All, each. Shameless people you are. I don't know how you use this authority. Not doing anything for public. You're not doing your job to concentrate on language, on contents of bills, legislation pieces, just approving without even understanding what's the impact of that on future. No impact. I don't know. What is your education? Maybe you are very well educated. It doesn't make a difference. If you cannot do it, you cannot use your education. You only touch feet of your leaders. Is that your responsibility to touch feet of your leaders? You are those party heads. You're just touching for everything. You want their blessings as if they're gods. Your God is public because they elected you. You're not caring for them. You never care for them. You always keep off people. Go to people and ask. That's your job before people call you. They shall call you. Time has come. Ultimately, you have to report to people. You are not to report to your party heads. If you want to report to your party heads, resign from member of parliament position and then you do whatever you want. As member of parliament, you are representative of people. Don't forget that. Member of parliament is representative of public. Similarly, member of legislative assembly is representative of public. So your responsibility is toward public, not to your party. And if you want to work for your party, then you leave public. Resign and go, public will elect other one. If you cannot understand this point, you are not our member. You are not our representative. You are not our towering. We constituted you. You did not constitute us. You think you constituted us. Prime Minister thinks he constituted us. Prime Minister is there because of MPs, and MPs are there because of people. People are not because of MP, and MPs are not because of PM. MPs are there because of vote. We did not vote Prime Minister. We voted to MPs and we are questioning to MP. I am questioning to MP as a citizen of this country. Answer me. What are you doing? What is your responsibility? Do you know? Tell me what's your responsibility. Why you are not performing that? And also I am asking police, what is your responsibility? To control law and order, to beat people. It is country of Bharat. SSSDR. Sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. 5 points we have. And these 5 points have been established by public of this country. Try to remember, we are not alone democratic. We are king ourselves. We are rurals ourselves. We are helping in society ourselves. And we are respecting all sects and religions ourselves. And we are respecting our vote right ourselves. We are respecting to control ourselves and to control you by our control. It's very explanatory. If I speak, I can take hours to explain what is SSDR, but I don't want that. Because I know, you know what I want to say. Every citizen knows, maybe in brief they know, but they understand what's the meaning of that. So better understand in brief and in science, in hints only, because you are respectable. MPs are honorable. We call them honorable MP because they are public representatives, not otherwise. Your honor doesn't refer to certain qualification or certain your specialty. It just refers because lakhs of people appointed you, elected you. That's why we call you honorable, and by calling or addressing you honorable, we are addressing ourselves. When you say honorable MP, it means honorable public, not MP, because people are honorable. It's respect for people, and that respect is accumulated, concentrated in form of honorable title to member of parliament. So just keep yourself in that position. And if you cannot keep your that position, public can remove that title. Don't worry. Your title of honorable MP can be removed. There is no problem. But you admit that you cannot work. If you cannot work, why should public keep you there? Simple. It's not your face that is required. It's not your nose and eyes that is required. Your work is required. Your commitment is required. Your knowledge is required. Your determination is required. Your patriotism is required. Your concern is required. All that is required. If you are ready to help public, if you are ready to help nation, if you are ready to uphold our constitution, if you are ready to ultimately serve people of this country, you are welcome. You are welcome. Otherwise, exit door is there. Nobody stops you. If you cannot do all that, then you can well go. Who is stopping you? Nobody is stopping you. You were there because of your happiness, because of your choice. Nobody forced you. People did not force you to join, to contest election. You came, you nominated yourself, and you got in. You were elected. So you must do that job. And if you don't do that job, you don't take care of people, you go and take care of whomever you want, but we don't respect you. We will throw you out. Simple. Unfortunately, there is no specific provision. As a voter, I can pull your legs out. I cannot do, but you have a moral duty because you are having highest position in this country. You are not understanding that, but legislatively higher position you are. When drafts of laws come, You just take it as it's not your job to analyze that. You just think what your leadership would say. You will do that. This is not job of MP. MP means member of parliament. This means your approval for whatever draft of legislative piece comes. Your approval shall approve that. Your vote shall approve that. That's what procedure is. And when you say yes, you are approving that, this means you have understood that draft, that contents of draft. This is clear. There's no need to explain this. Means when certain bills come, certain bill comes to parliament and distributed, this means you have to understand that in eyes of public, not in your eyes. Because you are representing public, you understand as if people have understood. And you examine that, you analyze that as if people examine and people analyze. You assess that this is applicable to people and this shall not cause any problem. This is same as people think that. If people assess that, it is your job to assess that. If you cannot assess that way, you are worthless. You have to understand this is in ambit of our constitution, whatever contents of this draft of bill are. And it's same thing as public do. And if you cannot do that, you have to, you can say consult public. That's ultimate you can say support. And if you then approve it, pass it, nobody finds any problem. But if you just accept it because your party says, that is a problem. Public is not bound by your party. Public is bound by constitution. Public is not bound by your manifesto. You are bound by your manifesto. Maybe your party is bound by them, but not public. As member of your party, public has nothing to do. But as member of parliament, public is related to you. People are related to you because you are a member of parliament. Just keep in mind, and therefore you are directly accountable to people of this country, to whatever constituency you belong to. And if you think you are not that person which public is looking for, then you are not our representative. Then you have to leave this position. This is a simple message by a citizen of this country, and every citizen shall accept this, I'm sure. There's no question why not. Because we are spending money on you. We are joining parliament through you. Understand, I repeat, every citizen joins parliament, Lok Sabha, through member of parliament. Though in procedure there's no such enjoyment, but practically it is that. If my parliament member approves certain draft of bill, this means citizens approve that. Now what has happened in this case of CAA, etc.? They approved blindly, considering parties' lives more important than constitution and public, which is actually not admissible, not accepted by public. Yes, of course, there are divisions in public, indeed, no problem. But that is logicless, because those who are supporting something at this stage, that is not required. Bill has been notified, it has been converted to act, and means it is a law of land. Those who support it, okay, they should be comfortable, no problem. But there is no justification if they demonstrate or they speak with support. Already you supported it, that's why it isn't passed. But there's a question from those who do not support it, because they were not consulted before approving this. This was not publicly notified. So actually this was a lapse of parliament procedures. Government did it in a way as if it was personal work for them. They forgot public that time. They forgot their responsibility. Cabinet forgot responsibility. Parliament forgot responsibility. Both are responsible for this. First responsibility goes to cabinet, who just ignored people. Okay, at that point there's going to be a line. government line is that more than this government cannot cross. But responsibility is included. It is targeted to MPs because they were ultimate authority. They were ultimate authority, all MPs, to approve this bill. Whether to approve or not to approve, every MP was legally bound to analyze, think on this, and assure themselves that this bill shall not cause any public issue, any public unrest, and to ensure that this bill worked or was structured in line to constitutional mandate or constitutional powers or constitutional provisions. This is called procedural responsibility. But they acted like jokers, all MPs, either yes or no. That's not job of MP. As MP, they have to link it to their knowledge, and if they are in doubt, they can raise questions themselves to their party people and to others formally. By whip, they are not bound. It's not question of whip, because just procedural approval or bill's approval is not an objective of MP. Bill should be right, bill should be consistent, bill should be legal, bill should be constitutional. Every aspect must be examined. That's the purpose of member of parliament. Otherwise, member of parliament has got no function. What function is there? Tell me. If that person cannot work as member of parliament, cannot ensure, cannot check, cannot assess the bill's rights for constitution, there is no meaning of parliament then. If every bill has to go to Supreme Court and Supreme Court has to adjudicate on that, then what's the purpose of parliament? Then parliament is functionless. These MPs have made parliament functionless, because this is ultimately applicable to people of this country, and people of this country in majority are rejecting it. This means they are rejecting work of parliament, and which is a big question mark. If work of parliament is rejected, this means a government is rejected and parliament is rejected by whatever percentage of people who reject it and whatever percentage of people who do not reject it. There can be a measurement. There can be a vote on that. Okay, one way is either to withdraw this bill, bring an ordinance to repeal this or amend this, or make a law for a referendum, make a resolution that referendum in public should be conducted about this. Otherwise, there is no way out, or you have to go otherwise. Public mandate, public expressions of speech, public's body language, public minds are clearly announcing every day that parliament has failed in this respect. Government of this country has failed in this respect. This is about 70 to 80% people's voice. Yes, there are Bhakts' voice, there are BJP voters' voice. Of course, that is the no problem. That is very minor, negligible, you can say. Rigid people, people whose minds are not working, people who cannot analyze this bill, this law, who cannot analyze constitution. They cannot say, they just say yes. They have no logic to argue, and they cannot argue. If you talk to some supporter of Modi, that person cannot answer anything. I challenge every supporter. If you want to answer right on answer of this bill, how you justify that? Justify contents of this bill in line to constitution of this country, not your personal mandate, not what you think or your BJP think or somebody else thinks or what Congress thinks. I am not concerned with that. I am concerned because I am living under constitution of this country. If you justify that this right according to constitution, I have no problem. Do that. Does someone has courage? Tell me. You may be whatever statute of Bhakt, I don't care. If you have courage, justify it. And I ask Prime Minister also, if you have courage, justify it. I ask President also, if you have courage, justify it. You can't justify it, sure. I challenge it as a citizen. Justify it. You can never justify 7 births because something is wrong, which is wrong. It has gone against constitutional soul, and you people don't understand constitution. That is a big problem. A country who doesn't understand its name, who doesn't understand to which family they belong, how can they move? You are a person who cannot apply your mind. You can just think on your emotions, and emotions do not mean anything. Emotions is a wave of seawater. Emotion is a wave of airflow. It is nothing else. Emotion is no solid. Emotion is just imagination. Oh, you're just disturbed, that's all. A state of disturbance of mind is emotions. Emotions harms your mind. Emotions lead you to make mistakes and later on suffer. Later on realize, oh, I had a mistake. But mind does not do that. So you are not using your mind, you are using your emotions. And if you are to lead that type of life, fine, that's good, you lead that type of life, but you cannot expect all people to be emotional all time. Yes, sometime, few moments in 24 hours you can be emotional, but you cannot win over remaining period of 24 hours by that emotions. That's what is required. There are people who are not very educated in public, but they feel something. They understand what's right, what's wrong. Everybody does not understand law, just like everybody cannot understand mathematics and physics. But how it applies to them, they understand. They understand how British ruled us. They understand how we faced difficulties in past life. They understand that. They understand what's current situation. They understand that because they understand meaning of vote. When they can vote you to power of MP, and MP can lead to power of PM, this means they understand. They understand that we are Bharat, we are India. They understand that. They understand this is our country. You cannot say they don't understand. Yes, they are short of education, no problem. Education is academic, it's not practical, so no use. For 14 elections they have voted in last 72 years, 70 years. So they know what is meaning of vote. Yes, they are emotional, they vote under emotions. That is another issue. But they know what they have done. They are realizing they have done something wrong. That's also true. A stage has come where we have to sit together. All I don't care, forget politics. Politics is not everywhere. When question of survival exists, when question of your respect exists, when honor is exist, then politics got no meaning. Politics is limited, but people are unlimited. Requirements of life are unlimited. Power of nation is unlimited. Power of nation is not bound by politicians. It's bound by people. People are binding this. People are raising this. People are using this. People are creating this. Nation is created by people, not by politicians. Politicians are just drivers, just, watch guards, just political guards, nothing else. They do serve for people. They must serve for people. People are innocent. Majority of people in this country are innocent and they trust everything. Problem is that our people believe, our people trust, our people do not analyze this deficiency we have. Even those who have capacity to analyze, who are well trained to analyze, they also don't analyze, unfortunately. It's not 1947, it is 2020. We have more than 50% people educated and we have more than 25% people who are highly educated. But highly educated people are not even thinking for this nation, I'm sure. They are not concerned about nation because they are busy in their jobs, they enjoy their jobs, they think everything is job because they got this nation free of slavery. So they don't value this. And okay, let them enjoy their life. They are not serious. Of course, few of them, I can say few of them, but that quantity is negligible. You cannot rely on that. That is very negligible. If we say 20 lakh, 30 lakh, 10 lakh people are serious, it doesn't make anything. But crores are not serious, and they are intellectuals, they are professionals, in all kinds of all the classes of professionals. They are ordinary also, and common educated people. They move this way and that way. Some have jobs, some have no jobs. Those who have no jobs, they are suffering. They have jobs, they feel, oh, I want more. So state is that, but important section of society is youth, yuva. Youth is power. Youth is excited very early. Youth can be excited all time. Youth energy can be used. It can be multiplied. It can be destroyed. Energy of youth can be destroyed also. And it can be augmented. Augmented means added to. It can be raised further. It takes time for a youth to stabilize. But youth can make mistakes also if not properly guided. I am not saying youth are right or wrong, but energy of youth is right. All the revolutions came in past and now is because of youth power. Examples are there. Take example of Lebanon. Government changed. Take example of other countries. Government changed. It's not one example, many examples. Take example of Hong Kong. Government had to surrender. Everywhere it's happening. Youth are involved because youth have to work. Youth, you can say, kind of operational stage. Youth operates a country. Politicians don't operate a country. Politicians destroy a country. Politicians just want to survive for sake of survival. They don't add any value to any country. But youth are wealth, youth are health, youth are mind, but that requires proper streamlining, proper track. Track is lost, everything is lost. Example, 1977, Bharat, what it was, post-emergency, Jayaprakash, revolution, what it was, youth. Streams of youth from all walks of life congress someplace, ingress there. And they threw off Congress, resigned that time. Indira Gandhi, Iron Lady it was called, but it was not Iron Lady even, she was, you can say, Bomb Lady, who one could not even imagine that she would lose her position, but people threw her out. It was because of youth. All these Congress people now and other people that time, they are from same river, but they are helpless now. They are sleeping. Unfortunately, currently, opposition sleeps. Government does the work or no, I'm not worried about that. Being a citizen of this country, being a democratic person, I value opposition more than government. Because opposition means a control on government, a control on nation, not direct control, audit control, check control. If you can check someone, you can find mistakes because person works, it happens natural. If you are working too lot, you are working busy, means it is difficult for yourself to identify your error. It's practically, when you are working too much, you are concentrating excessively on something, you, even if there is a mistake, you'll ignore it, your mind shall not pinpoint that. It is in extreme cases if you can find out, otherwise somebody else can check it, and that's called opposition, audit. There should be someone who can support you in audit form, who can find your mistakes, and that is not an enmity. If someone finds your mistake or error, it doesn't mean that that person is an enemy. It's for work. It's not for your personal life. If there's a mistake done by you on your working activity, and that person who points out, that person is called opposition person. That person opposes mistake. That person doesn't oppose your work. Because they say 0.5% mistake, 1%, 2% mistake, that person is trying to find that. That person is trying to oppose error. So that is welcome. So to my mindset, opposition is more important than government. Because opposition has to keep a watch on all activities, and then only opposition can understand error. This means opposition has more value. Opposition has to require more work, has to do more work. Only then they can find error. Otherwise they can find error. So opposition is virtually sleeping. And that is what government thinks they are happy. But they are not happy. They should not be happy, because their friend opposition is not existing. Either you have to be your own opposition, and that's very difficult. You are in government or you are leader, and if you oppose yourself, I think that's best policy. If you think, if someone laughs on one sound, if I laugh on my mistakes and say this is my mistake, I abuse myself. That's best policy of his philosophy. I have seen many people in world, other nationalities, who sometimes abuse themselves, and that's best one. Because at least you're condemning yourself. You're telling you're wrong. You're telling you're idiot. Self-telling. It's so very beautiful actually, and it's very high-profile criticism of oneself. This is called self-realization. This is called self-introspection, and this is called God in you. When your Atma, your soul, is telling you this is wrong, check it. This means this is a God's message. You think it that way. So your character is your helper, your associate, your supporter. Don't take it different way. If certain government takes it positively, that government is always up. And those, no, he's my enemy. This person has told me. Why he has told me? He's an anti-national. That government can never succeed. Because you are not doing for yourself. You are doing for nation. And this point politicians don't understand. That is very bad. And opposition is sleeping. This is also very bad. What public thinks? Public thinks there should be government. They should, first of all, they think there should be what we are not thinking. We are not counting our MPs into power. That's the problem. We think they are just people sitting there for vote. That is where our democracy is failing actually. This is the only point where we are failing. All our nation is failing. Our people concept is failing. We have understood our constitution wrongly. Not one, all. We know by practice we are doing it, but by understanding we are not doing it. Everybody votes, elections are conducted, everything happens according to constitution, but public do not do it according to requirement. And leaders want to avoid this because leaders are crooked. They want their factory moved. That's it. Every political party wants its factory to work. And what is that factory? That industry. This is vote, seats, power. Because they have to survive. If these political powers are not elected, their members are not elected, then they die. They will die. They want their political factory, political plant move always, so that they get jobs, they sit in positions, they earn money, and they whatever they can do, whatever they want, they would do, because they are in power. And public gives them power. Public is very innocent, because vote right is with everybody. It is not selective right. If this right relates to qualifications or competency, then that is different case. But our election right, our vote right is universal. Means every citizen has one vote for parliament, one vote for assembly, and one vote for local body. We have these votes, and also panchayat. We have these votes. These votes are universal. These are not specialized votes. These votes are not professional level vote. These votes are ordinary vote. But this ordinary vote makes your government, this vote makes your legislature, and this vote makes our future. So more important is future. For me, government formation is not important. For me, membership is not important. For me, important is future. And future means there should be a person everywhere in our legislature, in our executive, and in our overall structure who can take care of people, irrespective of what class of people they are. That is our system, nothing else. It's very easy system, you think. We have made it complicated, but system is very easy. System says that you just elect your representative and that's it. They will take care of that. My care shall be taken by my representative means my attorney. We have to understand this. If you have ever gone through contract law, you may understand that, but I know our culture is not to study any law. That's our culture. And where we lack in, we can study, our students can study all subjects. They can study math, science, physics, chemistry, civics, political science, all we can do. There's no problem in that. We can pass those examinations and we can get degrees, but that is only degree. That degree cannot be applied. It depends upon your job. But what I am talking is your country's management. It's a management of country, control of country. That system we are not taught. We have to understand this ourselves. Or only those people who are law professionals, they can understand it. And they are bound to understand because they have to qualify that. But ordinary person is taught only few lessons, you can say, in your schooling. Lesson, for example, what's parliament, what's all that 2-3 items are taught and that's worse. That doesn't make anything. After all, in university and college, you are only for few years. But in life, in your country, you are forever. So that knowledge which is going to be used forever, where is that? Every day you are taking newspaper, you are reading that, you are listening to news, you are getting information. But what type of information you are getting, from where you are getting, for what you are getting, that is a question to make a decision. We are just getting news for purpose of listening. We are not understanding what's purpose of this news. If I'm getting some news, after what I do with that news? Oh, okay, information is fine, thank you very much, we got information. What is use? That news, that information, if it is useful for me, then I get something. Otherwise, it's just hearsay. Okay, I this is the point. That is what I say. People have to change now. People have to change their mindset. And also, if people change, you will see these leadership people, leadership, I would say public leadership, they will change. They depend upon us. If we accept what they say, they are happy. Okay, they accept it, and that's fine. They get benefit of it. But if we question them, that is a difficult period for every politician. We call politician because we are using this term. Otherwise, for me, they are not politicians. But unfortunately, we are pressed, we are forced to call them politicians because public speak. Public say they are politicians. Okay, no problem. I consider them politicians. Biggest problem a politician feels when questions are raised. It's not here only in our country, in every country. There is a system in other countries, but in our country, now, if you raise a question, means you are done a crime. You have done a crime. It's really awkward, dirty, trick, bakwas, you can say, condemnable. Right? If you are asking a question, means you want to know information, that's all. Question doesn't mean attack on someone. Question means I need answer. So what's wrong with that? I am a citizen of this country. I have a right to question. I am questioning public, for public and by public. Means that person who is going to answer me is also a part of public. Of course, that person is a politician. That person has some added responsibility, higher responsibility, because that person has a scope to undergo files and all that, and that person is working in public. I'm not working in public, I'm just citizen. I am lower, but I vote that person and I have to decide why should I vote someone, or not only for vote, forget vote, otherwise also. If that person is working for me, it's my right to ask, where's my money going to? What you have done for me? It's my right. And why should someone object to this? No one should object to this. It's wrong. It's against the national policy. So right to information was therefore evolved, which has been again diminished by this government. Means there are so many things which are done in national interest, in public interest. Those things must be respected. Those must be upgraded rather than degradation. You should have upgraded that. If public gets information, what's wrong with that? It's public's right. And you have no right to hide information because it's not your personal use. It's for national use, for state use. Public should get that. Well, you cannot just go on that. Again, I'm coming back to that. Our nation should not be regarded means degraded. We are getting degradation everywhere. Whole world has known that we have lost grounds. We have lost democratic standard grounds. We have lost our dictatorship. We have been named as dictatorship country. Yesterday, WFO, I told WEF, and one person spoke there, big person. So this is, we are getting really damage this way or that way. Whole world has known that there's a turmoil, there's unrest, there's a, you can say, lapse of state of equilibrium in society, in governance. Things are running out of controls, particularly for a couple of months. It has been recorded, though I'm not saying it's only our country. There are many countries it's happening. But why should we worry about our country, other countries? I have to take care of my country. We have to take care of our country. So everywhere we are a failure. We were not failure. You can say if you just go 5-6 years back, things, state of economy, state of education, state of others were of course not very good, but not that bad also. Economy was not bad. It was working, but now it has vanished. I can say vanished. We cannot say fall. It's vanished. Our economy has gone somewhere, we don't know where. And how to recover it also we don't know. Because no one is serious. We are serious in those activities which are not required. For example, this activity now, people are on rest. Is this really activity? You think so? A question is, was it required? What we are doing it now, what government has done, what parliament has done, it's a big question mark. Why was necessity at this stage to jump into this question of CAA or NRC? What was the reason behind that? What importance was there? It was so important that we left everything and we just stack ourselves onto this. Could we not stay without this? We could stay without that. There was no emergency. There was no emergency at all. But our politicians are very crooked. They do always that people should not raise questions. Questions had started pouring in from various sections of people at our national level or from overseas, and that we could not digest. I am saying we means I'm talking for public, means if government does something, it's for public. Our nation could not digest those questions, and therefore it's very easy to divert attention of people, and this management of government is well organized, well expert to divert attention of public from one aspect to other aspect. And it's not now, it's nothing new. They have been doing it for a couple of years. Means you can say that they concentrate on such activities just to think how to divert attention rather than concentrating on real problems. Means if you don't consider or you concentrate on real problems, how shall you achieve solutions? How shall you opt for solutions? You are wasting your time in something which is not required. Now just think what has happened now, where we are moving. We thought in last couple of years that 2020 shall start in such a way, such a drastic silent, unsilent, cruel, uncruel, burning, dynamism, dynamiting situation. People have been unrested. They have been unresting. It's like means people are in shock stage. A threat, a scarce, or you can say a virus has been spread into public, a virus in minds. Some people are not even sleepy. They are not sleeping. They are not able to sleep. There are many cases. People have in depression all over country, not in one Kashmir alone, all over. Kashmir was in depression. We know it has been depression for 6 months. Still they are in depression. And this depression has intensified. It is access to all other areas of our country. And we should think who is responsible for that. Is public responsible for that? Or nation responsible? Or those who are managing, they are responsible? Means, can we deny this? We are in turmoil. 140 crore people are in turmoil. Tell me, except those who are richest, except those people who are having money, who are having all facilities like top echelon of this country, who play in billions, except those, or who are those in government services or defense services, except those, is there certain section that can be called smooth running or tension free? I think there is none. You can take issue of students, farmers, business class, lower class, middle class, very middle, very lower class, general, kids. Is there certain sector we are feeling very smooth, efficiently running? I think there is none. Society is burning. Society is, you can say, heated up. And this responsibility of mismanagement goes to regime, whatever regime is there. And if regime is not accepting that, it doesn't accept that, this means that regime just is not a regime. For name's sake, they are regime. My question again goes to member of parliaments of this nation. They are responsible for all situation that occurs in this country at any time, because they are in a body which rules this country. They are in a body of legislature, because legislature is top rule of country, not executive. I have advised to people in general. I don't know people understand or they don't understand. You have to raise questions to your member of parliaments, not to executive. Yes, you can raise questions to executive, but more mistake is done by parliament. If executive brings something, don't accept this. Simple. Why do you accept something wrong? This means you do not either understand that or you do not respect people. If you don't understand that, that is something else. Then in that case you respect people, but you don't understand. But if you don't respect people, then you have to rethink on your position, and people must rethink for what they have done. You are there for people. This is new. I am talking because public ignored this. In elections, everybody ignores this, and not now, before also. I hold every member of parliament responsible for current scenario, current explosive scenario that has occurred in this country during last couple of months. Every parliamentarian is responsible for this, irrespective of party lines, because they are there to solve problems of nation, but they are creating problem for nation. So they may belong to whatever party, for a citizen like me and like you, they must be questioned. And they must be questioned in public, not in parliament. Because we voted to them in public, not in parliament. In parliament, they vote to someone, that is different. But they were elected by public, by direct vote, under Article 81 of Constitution, which mandates that it is people, it is voter who constitutes Lok Sabha. This means we constitute member of parliament using our vote, so we should hold member of parliament directly responsible. That parliamentarian is our accused, actually you can say, though we cannot take criminal proceeding against that, but we can imagine that parliament has to face civil proceedings. Civil proceeding in public. Either parliamentarian takes its own initiative and talks to public, or public has to call that parliamentarian, member of parliament, come on representative, we talk to you, call them. This is time, real time to test a parliamentarian. If MP is to be tested, public has to test MP. They are not test free. Yes, they are immune from application of law in public, in eyes of law, but not in eyes of public. Public can raise question to every parliamentarian, respective parliamentarian, or better, parliamentarian should come to public by self-plan and tell them what he has done. Particularly to this case, which is a prime act of this country. Citizenship is a prime title. If you are not citizen, you cannot vote. Citizenship is constitutional title. It is not title given by some prime minister or some president. If you are citizen, means you are constitutional title. You have. Just like other titles are there. MP title is constitutional one. MLA is constitutional one. Minister is constitutional. Prime Minister is constitutional. President is constitutional. Judges are constitutional. CAG is constitutional. So many titles are here. And so is citizenship. It is per law of constitution. It is prescribed there, defined there, and no one can say no. There are so many statements coming from government people, all rubbish. Citizenship is citizenship. Once you are on roll of vote list, you are citizen. Once you have passport, you are citizen. And even otherwise, you are born in this country, you are citizen, or you are naturalized, you are citizen. So no one can challenge it. You are citizen means you are citizens, and that's it. That's end of talk. Citizen is citizenship. No one can raise this question. And no one can take your citizenship. It's only you who can surrender it. If you go to some other country and join that country forever, or if you are in jail, in that case there is no meaning of citizenship. So if somebody says we shall not take it back, there is no way you can take it back. It's not commodity. It's not a cup of tea. It's not some article you can take it back. It's my natural power. When I was born, means I must be citizen of this country. You did nothing help. You did not help me. It's my natural right. It's my constitutional right. So it's for everybody. One should not worry about that. They may say whatever they say, let them say. Who bothers? Constitution is alive, still alive. It's not dead. Actually, it's not dead. It has come to life now. It was dead, in fact. Our constitution had been sleeping for many decades. And it was fault of our leaders who assumed and who thought in us a virus that constitution is ripping. We never understood what constitution was, and I know many people who never knew that there is a constitution of the state, and they did not understand what is constitution, what it should be, or they don't know what is law. They simply say, oh, there is no law in this country, everything is moving on its own. This is the concept of youth, and this is concept of all people who do not value law, but they forget that law is there. Though you are not able to understand that law is there, you are getting voter card, you are getting ration card, you are getting water supply, you are getting electricity, you are getting passport, you are getting so many other requirements you are fulfilling. That is all because of law. There is a police, that is because of law. There is army, that is because of law. There is prime minister, because of law, and everything is there because you are getting a house, buying and registering. That's because of law. So law is playing its role everywhere, round clock. And around years, 24/7 and 365. It's everywhere. You are not getting glimpse of that because it's like sun is there. You don't specifically take, oh, sun is there. It's everywhere, the sun is there. Rain is not everywhere, the sun is there. Air is there. It's like that. So we just ignore because we don't identify it separately. Okay, it's a common life, everywhere it happens. Same thing happens. Law is there, constitution is there. We never cared towards that. Who cared? Politicians, because they had to use that. Courts, because they had to use that. Advocates, they had to use that. CAs, they had to use that. Common people never bother. And even if they fill a form somewhere, they just sign for sake of signing. They don't read. They don't read. Because what's the purpose of reading? You have to sign ultimately. You cannot change any clause. If you change that clause, you cannot sign. That is common life. I don't blame them as well. It's our fault. It's fault of people because they don't respect. I sign also. You sign. When you go to bank, you sign some document for opening, or do you read that? You don't read that. When you want buy property, you sign some agreement. You just sign agreement. Oh, I need this house. Okay, no problem. We'll see what happens. Who bothers what is written? That applies everywhere. When you sign for a job application, you sign everything. So it is common that we ignore, and ignorance is a problem. Ignorance is always a problem. It creates a problem. It happens. People sign so many agreements in property and people have run away by taking their money. This happens. Every day we sign something, and our vote is also a sign. It's vote, but it's a sign. We are voting only for sake of voting without understanding what's its purpose. Somebody says, oh, it's for government. Somebody says it's for prime minister. Somebody says it's for CM. Yes, this is your conception because your understanding is uncontrolled. If you really understand that, you will be intelligently voting. We have voted for 70 years. 14 times we have voted, but we never understood it. Never ever. That is a real problem. And our children are also doing same. When they cross 18, they also vote. They at least understand nothing actually. You who are in middle age, they could understand something. They understand nothing, just vote. So our democracy is actually baseless. It is democracy. We are electing our people. They are going to constitute governments, but we are not utilizing them properly. So it's our loss, not their loss. You are not utilizing your municipal services properly. You are not utilizing state body services. You are not utilizing central government services properly because we don't understand our structure. And our structure must be understood first. It's not very big study. It's just study of 1 week. If you just go through certain points, you can understand that. It's not very big subject. It's not complicated. It's simple. Means you should know what responsibilities are, and that's it. What your municipal council is, what panchayat member is, what's your MP is, what's ML is, and what is government ministers. What are they? If you understand all this, okay, you know judiciary is there, judges are there, you know they give, means you are not directly linked, you are linked to them only when you have some cases, some petitions filed. Otherwise, I think in life you may hardly need some advocate or some judges. Hardly means once or twice if you are involved in some cases or you are dealing with money issues and you are a big businessman. Otherwise, for common man, police and these laws and this judiciary has no role in your life. Your role is legislature in your life and government in your life, or your local bodies in your life. That's indirect. You deal with municipality every day. You have to pay house tax, you have to pay water tax, you have to pay electricity, you have to pay this and that. You deal with your municipality, or if you have a house, you deal with authorities. Means you have to deal in those cases which affect your personal life. But keeping a parliament is also no relation to you because you think they will do themselves. You don't understand anything. You don't know what's law. What law is the matter? You are not interested in news. Youth of today is not interested in news. I was really surprised to know something from this unrest actually. This students movement. I came to know that these people are actually, they know something. I thought they are also like ordinary people, but they are distinct students, I can say. You may call them anything, but what my reading is that students in such universities like JNU, Jamia, DU, and many other institution of, you can say, technology, so they are not that downfallen. They have certain knowledge. They know to some extent, because I think that this syllabus is like that, your programs are like that. They know about constitution, they know about action, they know many more things which ordinary people, those who are not in institutions or universities, they lack in. I have seen many graduates, many higher graduates people, and many professionals. They are not aware of how our country is moving. They are not even interested to know that. They are interested in their respective subjects. Okay, that's fine. Means it's up to one. Everybody cannot take interest because it's humanity after all. Common people everywhere. It's that. Means some try to know, some don't know, or some try to know when they are beaten. If you have some police case, for example, you are trapped in FIR, means you are criminal. Criminal means you will be prosecuted. You are not criminal, actually accused. If by every day you are not an FIR, you are a common man, sometimes you have a dispute with your wife, for example, she files some complaint against you, so you will have to face prosecution. Or if you do some crime somewhere, by mistake or by something, you have to face prosecution. In your job somewhere, you do some mistake, you are professional and you are under custody, then you have to face some problem. But this rarely happens. It means once in life, you can say, or twice in life. It doesn't happen daily because you are not a criminal. By mistake, you are trapped. That time you don't know what's happening. You don't know what to do. And that, because you never studied that. Then you say, oh, your lawyer says it shall happen to you, or your police inspector say, oh, you will face 10 years imprisonment. Means he threatens you. Oh, you will not get bail in this. This happens. It is all because of ignorance. We don't have any knowledge of law. And wherever you live in any country around the world, you must have some knowledge of that law. Otherwise, you've been trapped. If you go to Saudi Arabia, if you go to UAE, if you go to Qatar, you do whatever you want to do, you are doing here. You'll be trapped. You'll be trapped. If you don't understand Ramadan time, you start eating there on road, police will catch you. Because law is different there. So at least some knowledge you must have. You have some knowledge of other countries. Oh, I was in America, this is law there, that's a law there, I was in England. So you know that one. But about your country, you don't know anything. You just cry in public, government is bad, this system bad, nobody is caring, and you go away. A contract is doing bad work before you, but you don't speak against that. This is our ignorance. You forget that time that your money contract is wasting. Quality is not good. This building has collapsed. People working on that. Oh, come on, help. And after that, you didn't even realize what happened, why happened, and how to work. After that, no one is serious. Just instant action, instant expression of grief and go away. No continuity in anything. And these so-called politicians are well expert. They know we are weak. We are weak here. They know that. They know very well what we are. our characters, our potentials, our efficiencies, our way of understanding, how we think, how we act, how we live. We are more serious in our social livings. That is great. We are more serious there. Marriages, living, date birth, you can say birthday celebrations, parties, dating, and many other activities, drinking, parties. We are much serious about those issues. 90%, 95% people are more serious in those activities rather than thinking of your other way. You are not very serious about your studies after you pass. You got a degree, fine. I don't have any other more ambition. This degree is okay for me, or this further degree is okay for me. And now I do job, or I do business, or after that, what I have to take. I have seen many engineers having graduated BE, BTech, MTech. After that, I'm not doing any job. I don't do job. Okay, your degree goes waste. What I say means no continuity means finish, lock. If your profession stops, you lock it. Either continue it. You say, I don't have a job, how to go to? That is another issue. Why there is no job? It's not because of you, it's because of nation. Nation's policies are wrong. I remember one instant long back, you may not, why I'm giving this example. Long back, I think in 70s, 80s, I think 70s it was, time of Indira Gandhi. She went somewhere to deliver, convocation means degrees distribution. They were civil engineering degrees, she distributed. And then someone tore that degree. 300 no's. Got what I'm saying? That student, that qualified student was angry. Oh, what I do with this degree? I don't not getting any job. In fact, those times there was shortage of jobs. There's shortage of because there was no policy build-up. Policy building took time. We just had no policies when we got liberated. We had policies of British, which when they left, technical policies lapsed. Actually, professional policies left. Only political policies continued. They were technicalities that time. Policies were there, but British cared for that. Our people were not from professions. They were only from law, and law actually is not that kind of profession. You can say it applies to everyone. It's different kind of profession. Free professions are medical science, engineering, etc., which build a nation. So she then asked what happened, because she was prime minister. And she was serious as well. I mean, she was not just time pass prime minister or showroom prime minister. She was very serious. And then she was told, this is problem in this field of engineering of civil, and people don't have jobs. And then maybe she conferred with some of them. Just what I was told, that later on, an order came from central government that all those contracts in every government, every state, those contracts must have a clause that on all projects, depending upon cost of projects, certain engineers must be deployed from contractor end to work execution, for supervision, or for prosecution, both. Means those engineers who are qualified engineering diploma or qualified engineering degrees were required in different capacities, in different category of contracts, and result was that lakhs of jobs were created, because there were thousands of contracts in those days, small work contracts, big work contracts. These jobs were created on contract itself, conditions were added, and then engineers fell short, because in those days there was a flow of engineering graduates or diploma holders from our country to Gulf countries or Middle East or African countries, because those countries were developing very fast. So our people were generally qualified in various subjects in those days. So they were selected by foreigners or by Gulf people or Middle East people, and thousands of engineers from electrical, civil, mechanical flew to those countries in those days. And then we fell short of it. So what I am giving here is example is seriousness of these people. If our leaders, our political leaders, or our constitutional positions leaders, if they are serious, they can solve problem. But if they are not serious, they cannot solve problem. I'm not admiring her. I'm just saying that somebody should be serious. After all, she was also a citizen. She was concerned with problems, so she did it. And if you don't even talk to people, see, first capacity of every politician, every leader should be that because that leader leads because of public. If you are a politician, you are a politician not because of your family. You are a politician not because you are a politician because of public. Yes, there's like she comes from family of, she comes from family or she doesn't come from family. It's nothing to do with me. I am concerned if my problem is solved. If my problem is solved, I don't care who's prime minister. I don't care who's minister. If that person solves my problem, I accept that person because this is ultimate requirement of a citizen. I know everybody cannot be minister, everybody cannot be prime minister, but those who is there, person who is there, it is his job, its duty to solve public problem, citizens problem. That is only purpose for which that guy is there. It's minister or prime minister or government or MP. Only job is they should involve solving public problems. And if they cannot do it, no use, no justification of those people in that seat. Why should I keep that person there? That's what I say. I appeal to citizens of this country, if they listen to me, that they have to move this country, not these people. You are not directly involved, though you have to be. Sometime you have to devote to country's building in addition to your job work or to your other activities in life, just like you spend time for your relatives, marriages, deaths, birthdays, others. You spend time. That is also your time. That's also your money. So you have to spare some time for this nation. Just to think actually. Just to know where are you, what you are doing. When you go to USA, you do everything. You go to Canada, you do everything. You apply, you write every information, you go to interview, you write exam if required, or you have to spare your time because there you have an ambition. You have a goal, set goal. You want to achieve that goal. So you are ready to do everything what that country requires you do it. Same thing here. Here is your country and you are neglecting it. And benefit of which these people in politics enjoy. And they want that we should not know anything. That's what you have to know. Know yourself, know your life, how to move and how to solve problems. I am saying know your life because your life is always linked to these authorities. Municipality, local authority, construction bodies, and you can say other bodies, government bodies, police. You are linked to them one way or other. So you did no need that you should teacher for that. You can self-educate yourself. And if you, of course, many have done it. I cannot say status now that is same. It was in 1980s. It's not same status. It's changed already. Already it's changed, and thereby there's a change pattern in elections. There was a time when there could not even people think the Congress other than Congress would come. There was a time Congress or CPI or socialists like that. But now, because people have changed, people have started thinking, so there's a change in election pattern. Otherwise, if you talk to someone in 80s and 90s, oh, Congress, who can touch Congress? They used to say, Hukumat to Congress ki hi hogi. That time doesn't exist now. Today they used to call Hukumat, this is style of speaking. Governance means hukumat for them. Though it's Arabic word hukumat, but we used to say that. Now people have trained themselves and they are performing better than before, yet it's very small. It's very small part. And current situation, really, I am happy as well as not happy. I am happy in 2020 because a political social change has started. Socio-political change, you can say, or political social change. Because society is changing, and that is changing into a positive direction. If every member of society is joining some kind of revolutionary movement, which is very powerful, it is in our interest. Though it seems at this point that they are wasting our time, they are speaking against the government, doesn't matter. If they are speaking against government, that is also good, because there should be some criticism of government all time. Of course, this was job of opposition parties, but opposition parties could not understand in time. These parties could not understand minds of people and what people had hidden thoughts. They just ignored, or they were in line, or I don't understand reason behind that. Opposition parties actually gradually remained absent from all these steps. No problem. No problem. I cannot blame them also, because public rejected them, and this was fault of public. Public is also fault. You rejected them without even knowing what you are doing. You gave concession to BJP, which it doesn't deserve. But okay, no problem. So political parties in opposition depressed themselves. They got depression. What to do? People are not listening to us. They must be retrospective. People are not listening to us. What to do? Means they have no way out. Means even if they start something, you will blame them. You blame them. That's true. So one way, okay, they kept off, no problem. But their experience is experience. They have a lot of experience of this country's problems. We cannot deny that facts. I'm not supporting them, but whatever experience they have should be used if it can be possible. So I say, do not hate any political party in that case, to that extent. Yet they are useless, of course, but public has to come forward, and they are coming forward. Because public is not related to any political party, they are independent, they are citizens, and they can interact with each other freely. If you try to interact with political parties, you cannot interact with them freely, because they are their own objectives, while public have common objectives. If I talk to citizen, you talk to citizen, in this for example, they're sitting somewhere, staging dharnas, they have only common objective. They can listen to everybody because they are public. They may be a small group or they may be a group, doesn't make a difference. They are talking in some page, on some page of law. They are talking, that is one point, they are talking on that law, but that is not only a talk. People are talking on all issues, because once you start something, certainly it will go to other one. And I welcome this also, as well as I curse it also. Curse to government, that our government has not been that intelligent. Our parliament has failed in its intelligence, in its foreseeing, its vision, what it shall result in, and that is failure on both parts of government as well as parliament. They failed. They failed. They did their you can say, crushing attitude. They continued for months. They started with many issues, including triple talaq, then 370, then Ayodhya, and all that, now coming to citizenship. They have moved a track, uneven track, unrequired track, because they did not want others to discuss something else. Economy, agriculture, these were very burning issues and are still burning issues. They tried to avoid these issues, and they have brought us to this stage where tolerance of people have gone. A stage had come at end of 2019 that people reached their tolerance limit, or you can say water crossed your picture. It has risen above your eyes, nose, water. So you are going to die, dip, drown. It's better than to speak. You prefer speaking or you prefer drowning? Public cannot accept drowning. They will certainly speak. So whom to speak question is that. So they have started coming on roads. It's very good. Nothing wrong with that. If I feel I'm in problem, so I have to sit together and discuss. So they sat together and they're coming on roads. This is their fundamental right. I have to discuss my problems. It's public problem. It's not my family problem. It's problem of this nation. So I have to come on road. What's wrong with that? Why is somebody unhappy with that? You are also walking on road. You are conducting rallies. Is our people road? Because that was your power. You conducted. So there is no leader here. All are leaders. All are followers. The public. They are aggrieved. They have suffered. They have been adversely impacted upon by all angles, by every angles, economy angle, or you can say citizenship angle, or other problems angle, jobs angles, farming angles, unions angles, labor law angles. All past problems have concentrated to one location and they are on roads. It is because government failed, parliament failed, and to some extent our biggest institution, most honorable institution, judiciary also failed. So what should public do? Everybody cannot refer and talk in line to constitution. After all, this is public. They express their body language. They express their general talks in clear terms. This means they are aggrieved. They are disturbed. If they continue to do this, even after being threatened by police, what is after all police? What shall you do? Police is police, nothing else. You have to serve public. You have to solve problems of public, which you can, to what extent you can. But you are not listening to public. You are listening to those who you don't listen. You are a servant. You are public servant under law. Under Police Act, you have to serve police and public relation. Public has to get security from you, protection of their property and their life from you, not protection of ministers, not protection of CM. It's not your job. You have to protect people. So you have to think that way. You are taking salary for that. So I don't think there's any mistake people done. People didn't do any mistake. It's mistake of management of this country. It's mistake of both institutions, legislative body and government body, executive body. They are at mistake. Why don't they realize their mistake? Why they're keeping power on their nose? Ego. I am that. Why are you asking me questions? Should we ask questions from Bush or from Trump? Or from whom? From Johnson? Whom ask? You are in government. You are in legislature. Public shall of course ask you. Public shall ask MPs, though they are not asking MPs, they should ask MPs first, because MP is more reasonable, more responsible than Prime Minister. Because Prime Minister is bound by MPs. This is our system. Command of MPs, Prime Minister has to receive. Prime Minister is bound to answer to body of membership, body of parliament. But we are not realizing that fact. We have ourselves eroded power of MP, and that is our mistake. My MP should be my power, my authority. That is law. That is system. It is written, but we don't read that. Whatever we are told, we do that because we don't read documents. And those people who read documents, they always have their nation advanced. You can talk of America, talk of England. People know to some extent reasonably well laws. Remember, there is no constitution in England. It's not that type of constitution we have, yet they are moving better than us as far as law is concerned. We have all laws. We have hundreds and thousands of laws, but we are not understanding any law. That's why we are not moving. You can be told anything by anybody and you accept that. Because you trust. You believe in trust and not in calculations. Try to understand. We believe in trust, in faith, because we are faith-oriented people. We are not mind-oriented people. Faith is not mind, and mind is not faith. Both are distant. Both cannot be same place. If the same place, there is a disturbance. If what your mind says, your heart would not say that. And what your heart says, your mind will not accept that. May accept, may not accept, depends upon what problem exists. So it is nation. It's not your faith. Nation moves based on mind, not because of faith. Even a nation is faithful nation. For example, a nation is religious one. Chairperson of church is Queen of England. Same way Christian can be president of US. That is only for that position, not otherwise. They are not moving on that in their governance. They are moving democratically and by their laws. Same thing Britishes. They are not moving Christian-wise, they are moving by laws. And every country has laws. Even Gulf countries who are Islamic countries, they are moving based on their own laws. So they know where is problem and UN knows there. UN dictates that you have to do this, you have to do this if you want to be a member of that one. So UN knows, so you must have this law, you must have this law, we have that law. People are there, organizations are there, infrastructure is there, but we are not there. Problem is that. Why are you wasting time? What are you talking about law? Arguing for nothing? If you sit in home and argue something, why are you fighting? Why are you doing this and that? You are not fighting. You are talking about something logical. Yes, sometimes you are angry, sometimes you are not. It doesn't mean argument is argument. There we are stopped. But you are stopped, okay, that time you are studying or something. You stop that time, but after that, you are traveling many hours a day for job. Or I go to my office, it takes 1.5 hours, 2 hours. I have to reach office, take 2 hours and coming back 2 hours. You are moving 4 hours a day without any work. You can use that for learning. You have mobile, you can store books in that. You are storing videos, YouTube videos and dance videos and film stories. I see people watching them for hours together. They have no time to read Constitution. You can download Constitution on your mobile and read. What's the problem with that? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour. If you have, you can read that, at least know something. Oh, it's very boring. Of course it is boring. It's not a novel. It's not a plot story. It's not spying something. It's your reality. What you are. Who shall teach you this? Nobody can teach you this. You have to teach yourself. You are interested in videos, films, nataks. You're not interested in this. You don't want to know anything about economy because it's very boring. Only subject boring is economy. Where figures count. Where your essay don't count. Essay don't count. The essays, 10 stories, other stories don't count. Poetry doesn't count there. You're enjoying poetry. Oh, shairi, laughing. Oh, wow, kya baat hai. Without any result. Life depends on seriousness. I am not saying all time you be serious. You should be serious in actions, not in face. Your face doesn't require impression of seriousness. Your action. And what is serious definition? Tell me if you can hold on. What is seriousness? You are having one step. If you do planning of something, you're making a bar chart for some project, or you are just making your own plan. You say step one is this for this. I want to say, I want to do something. I have 50 activities, 20 activities of that. Activity number one is this. Activity number two is this. Activity number three is this. You have to list out those activities. Yes, this activities if you complete, you can get this work done. Okay, that's one thing. Now you have to work on activity number one. If you finish that activity successfully, then you have to start second, or you in parallel, it doesn't matter. You will go to activity number two, then three. So second activity is a result of first activity. Because first activity is completed means you started second one. So first activity gives a success to itself and second starts, and second is success and third start. So a sequence of activity you are moving in up to last activity. I just say my work is done, my target is achieved. Combination of all these activities, to my understanding, is plain understanding, layman understanding. This is called sequence. This is called serial number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to any number. I have crossed all activities and successfully reached there. If I miss 2 or 3 activities in between, I cannot achieve that final activity, final goal. And that is what I'm saying. If you miss something from there, you cannot achieve goal. So you are not serious of that. Because there was some problem, you ignored it. I'll leave it. I'll do it later. And if there's some problem in those 2 or 3 activities, you have to find solution to that activity first, so that a whole activity. That is called serial number actions. You are completing your serial number kramank, and that makes seriousness. You completed all sequences and reached to last one. That is your milestone or your destination or your completion of project. This applies to every activity, every project. Seriousness is this. And if you are serious in one go, in the other go, you will feel happy. You will not feel sad. So you can say, oh, my face is very serious. Face is never serious. Once you do job, your face is charm. It's beam up. Oh, I have done this. It will increase your confidence. This is psychology. People don't explain. Explanation is required. Seriousness not sit down and condole. That's not seriousness. Condolence is not seriousness. Seriousness is chain of activities, value of time, punctuality, regularity, concentration, consultation, problem solving, attention to problem, analysis of problem, finding solutional organizations. If you go to management, then I'll start management. No, I don't have to start management here. It is simple way I'm saying, when you are serious, when you have to celebrate certain marriage, arrange for some marriage of a daughter or son, how serious you are, you have to list out everything, list of guests and this, what items you want to buy, which party you have to contact for this. You make all, nobody comes to teach you that. Do you go to some institute just to say, oh, give me details, how can I arrange marriage of mine? You don't go. So they are maybe marriage planners, but it's not in every case. You arrange yourself. When you make your budget for your month, you arrange yourself. That's all part of seriousness. If suppose you don't have any budget, go on spending your money, you will not even know how much to spend, how much to save, and what is more required. It happens. If you have budget, I have fixed this budget for my family, I don't know to deviate it. Yes, maybe there's some emergency, sometimes 1 or 2%, but in fact you shall know how much money you received and how much money you have spent. So balances that. Sometimes it happens you don't even know what is balance, and if you know balance, what expenses are required. So you are always in a state of abeyance. You don't know what at any say, oh, I don't have money and I have to pay rent, I don't have money, I have to pay this fees. So you are again, okay, take money from somewhere else, and you disturb this one, you disturb that budget as well. That is called, floppy work, uneven work, uncontrolled work. Our country is that. Our country has been uncontrolled now economically. Do you understand what I mean? Their system has broken. Our economical system, our finance sources have broken. Many reasons are there, but it is broken. You are going to break Reserve Bank now. They broke it. Take money from Reserve Bank. Name itself is reserve. Reserve means unexpected moments may be there, unplanned moments may urge, and we have to help those moments to survive. That money is for that, but you take out that money and eat it, throw it. So you threw your reserve power also. So you have neither your current power, working power, nor reserve power. Which power we have? You have no power. So whatever you could save, you could have protection shield, you dropped that also. You think what state it is called? It's called havoc. It's called earthquake. It's called volcanic corruption. Such a state of economy that we have today. It is volcanic eruption. It is magma and lava coming out. It will burn you. Do you understand this? Just pleasing Modi, Rahul, that will not solve your problem. They spoiled this problem. They spoiled this economy. Economy was excellent because they were intellectuals working for economy. They were scholars working for economy. Now who are working? They are not educated. They are not educated even for ordinary work. You may consider criticism or you may consider warning. Nobody shall come to warn you. You have to warn yourself. It's your home, your country, your money, your everything is yours, except your mind and conscience. If you talk to someone, somebody supports this one and someone supports that. Why are you supporting someone? Why should I support political party? What for? What political party has given me actually? Political party has given me nothing. Why should I support that political party? What they have done for me as citizen of this country? They are neither doing for me, they are not doing for nation as well. Why? Why should I support them? Am I living for them? Am I bound for them? Am I a slave to them? This burning question must be with everybody. But we are short of that. I don't know why we are inclined to someone. As citizens, we should be free. We are citizens, means we are clients to these political parties. They are doing service to us. We are paying to them. So what is special work they are doing? Same thing. You go to some agency to get some work done. You go to someone to get some pay and there. So that's that. Why should they own me and I own them? Your job is you do. You are paid. I should be your slave. Why? Oh, no, don't talk to me. I support this and you support this. It's not just a support. I have to use them. I don't, yet they are using me otherwise. They are using me because they are crooked and brilliant. A crooked person must be brilliant, remember. An innocent person may not be brilliant. An ordinary person may not be brilliant. An intellectual may not be brilliant. But a crook is always brilliant. Because crook has to know both positive and negative. A crook has to go both. If I am trapped, how to come out? That is called cooking. Very good cooking he can do. Very good application he can do. He can manage, fabricate everything. He can do whatever you want. You cannot do that. You may be intelligent, you may be professional, but you don't know crook status. You don't know how to crook in, how to cook in. Try to know it. One should have knowledge of both directions. Means if I do this thing, one has to understand plus and minus and consider both. And that is called considerate study. That is called scientific study. Risk factors are covered. These days, risk factors are considered. Risk management. Risk is everywhere. In your family, you are at risk. In your home, in the job, you are at risk. In public life, you are at risk. In political life, risk is everywhere. Understanding of that risk, studying those factors of risk and how this can go against you and how this can go against your favor, and if these go against you, how to keep them under control. This is all called risk management. If you can get them in control prior to this come access or impact you, you can call this risk control. So your country requires a risk control because it has already lost its basis. It's too late. Nobody cared for that, and our government ignored everything because our government is held by those who are not professionals, who are not dedicated and devoted. They only believe in talks, and talks won't work. Talks can, of course, give something, but talks cannot work. Work is work. You have to work. Contemplation may give you something. Think tank should be there. Unfortunately, either think tanks are not there or they are not being utilized. Both are there. I am sure they have all classes of people who are think tank, but they are think tank only for theoretical purpose. They are not used. So think tanks also septic then. They also are septic because stagnant. They were not used. If they are used, they will know what is good, what is bad on that capacity of thinking. You decide something until you do something that, if you decide something and until you do action on that, you will not understand your thinking was right or it was wrong. This is very simple. I'm not talking some physical science or chemical, biological or rocket science. It is experience. And you all know that. I'm just trying to communicate for your refreshing. Not that you don't know. I just want to remind you this is done this way. And there should be some reminder always. Because people used to forget. People have character of forgetting. Every person. But after all, this is not individual case. It's case of our country. It's case of our future. Every sector currently in January 2020 is in turmoil. Every sector. I cannot say that some sectors they are feeling happy except top people because they are not short of money. They have too much. Problem is with general public because they are in problem. Problem they have to solve, not these riches. And these politicians never work for public. If they work for public, there should be no problem at all. They do not work for public. They work only for themselves, and they think that money is everything, power is everything. They come to public only when elections do come. Then public is for them. Then they can touch feet of public. They can go to every poor, and they take money from rich and win election. Only that is procedure for them, nothing else. Bye bye after that. That is what I am stressing today. Public, crores of people are struggling, but government is ignoring. This government has forgotten that they are there because of public. MPs are there. I consider first government, remember, I consider first government is MP, and that is factual, that is constitutional. Government is not central government. First government is legislature. That is fact. This is constitutional. You cannot question it also. You read the constitution, you will know that. You are electing every time legislature at union level as well as at state level. And even at municipal level, you are electing local legislatures. You are not electing mayor or someone else. Same way, you are not electing prime minister. You never elect. You elect member of parliament. This point, if you can understand as clear as possible, it shall help you in future when there is election. For example, Delhi elections are going now. People are only arguing Kejriwal, BJP, Congress. This is where I differ. Really, I differ at this point. Why do you give personal attention to someone? Kejriwal is good or bad? That is not question in this election. Question is performance of your MLAs. Because MLAs are there and you have to elect MLA, not Kejriwal. But this mistake public repeat every time. You elect policies, of course. First point should be given to MLA. Then you can think of other one. But you are moving reverse. I am not questioning any performance. I am just giving an example. Everywhere it is considered wrongly. Somebody shout, Kejriwal, he should be. My God, Kejriwal is not elected by you. You are going to elect your MLA. Kejriwal can be elected only at one location, in one constituency, not everywhere. How MLA dealt with you, you have to consider that. Which MLA you have? Who is he? Was he useful for you or no? If your MLA was not useful, you did not get services of your MLA. How can you get service that is important? Well, Delhi is very city did. I'm not saying something, I'm just giving an example. In 2014, you elected your MLA, but in fact, you did not elect your MLA. Same thing you did 2019, you elected someone, but you didn't elect them. That's what I'm trying to say. Because you are unaware of Constitution is right. Do not blame Constitution. Those people who produced this Constitution, they were very much good in law. They were very good not only in law, but always in public life. They understood that time what sort of problem they could see after 100 years, after 50 years. They had that vision that time. You should appreciate that. Don't think of bad only. Ambedkar did, Gandhi did, Nehru did, who did? They did not for themselves. They did for you. Yes, maybe some steps were taken wrong. Today also you are taking wrong. Are you stopping them? This step CA itself is wrong. NRC is wrong. Who stopped that? After 50 years, you'll say they were wrong. You'll blame them. Your coming generation shall blame them. So this continues, doesn't matter. Question is, who is there now in power? What they are doing? It was them also. Nehru did, he did. That time they were not politicians. That time they were freedom fighters. Why you did not then? I'm asking those people who raise question. What shall you do? What were you doing? I ask all those people who always criticize those people who were part of freedom fight struggle. They blame them. So question is, what were you doing or what were your forefathers doing that time? Why did not consider this? Did you raise any objection that time? There is no answer. Only blame. Only blame. 50 years later on doesn't mean anything. If for today's mistake you will blame 50 years later, 50 years later the circumstances will be different. Public shall be different, requirements shall be different, economy shall be different, everything shall be different. What is meaning of that? Is today's same situation as was in 1947 or as was in 1930? Are we living that world? No. So how can you refer to that, what mistakes they made? Why don't you talk what good they did? That you will not talk. You will only count mistakes, and that is where narrow mind is concerned. You are also making mistakes. You are not making mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Sometimes it's your understanding. Today you have made mistake, you did not know constitution is all a mistake. Are you not supposed to know constitution? Everybody is supposed to know constitution because you should know at least applicable law to you. But you do not. So you are you remedying this mistake? Despite knowing there is a mistake, you are not remedying. You are not doing a remedy on that. You are not even thinking of that. Forget that. Because you are not constructive. You can only criticize. And criticism is not right all the time. All time criticism also not. Yeah, opponent is one thing. I'm not saying oppose. If in my work somebody opposes me, I like it. Okay, I take my mistake. I accept this. But come on and let's together move. That's way. Because we are all in the same country. We are working for this country. We are working for our society. We have to get a benefit of everything, good or bad. Explanatory talk sometimes doesn't help, I know. It doesn't help sometimes. But it also helps to some extent. Maybe you don't have time to listen to all I'm talking. No problem. No problem to me, but I am talking. I consider my time wasted. Yes, I can consider my time wasted. Maybe even one man understands this. That man can do wonders. Sometime one man can. Gandhi was one. Afridi was one. They did wonders or no? Subhash was one. They moved. People followed. And today also same happens. You move and people will follow. It's happening. CAA, did Modi imagine it happen? Did someone else imagine they will go this way? It's going. It's going because there is accumulated problem, not one problem. A piling of piles of problems and pile up. When problems pile up, see, if there's one problem, people least bother, no problem, we'll see. They will solve it. We say they will solve it. Just a wrong conception. I talk to someone in my family and talk of pollution. Air is bad, pollution is this, we cannot breathe, then how to solve it. So some of my relatives says, God will solve it. God will solve everything, but God polluted your air? God did not pollute your air, you polluted yourself. Before polluting, did you ever think how to solve that? You did not think, you just used it. So, do not blame someone else. Never. If I am doing wrong and I know it is wrong, then I have to correct it. That is best policy. Mistake is going to happen. But discovering mistake is important. And once you discover that, and you study that, you understand where's mistake, you remedy that. That is what is required, which we do not know. That point must be understood. We are failed there. If you understand that point, we find happiness, always happiness. And happiness cannot be expressed, it can be felt, it can be used. And happiness doesn't mean excitement. No, it's not celebration. It's not celebration. It's a way of life. I am not supposed to criticize someone, but I am just advising certain friends who are always dipped in bhakti. I'm not talking of God bhakti is something else. Bhakti of leaders. There are crores of people in this country, and they are from every class, every section of society, and they are generally called Bhakts. And nowadays Bhakts means Modi Bhakts, generally, or BJP Bhakts. Generally is Modi Bhakts. Their bhakti is very powerful. Very powerful bhakti. I think if they do this standard of bhakti with God, they will get God certainly. Such bhakts are there. and they are so rigid, you cannot even speak to them. Either do what they are thinking, and if you write or speak against that, you are enemy number one to them. I don't know what's the meaning of that. You are talking against government. You are talking against Modi. How dare you? And there's somebody, people say, kill them. We'll kill you. My God. What a level of bhakti. Alas, you are not talking same for nation. You are talking for some political person who is neither yours nor mine. They can be noble, never to public. They can use public. They can abuse public. They can never do justice to public. You are nothing for them. You are actually nothing for them. You are only a commodity to be used and throw. They use your vote and throw you. Simple. My question. You elected MPs few days back, few months back, and few years back. What did you get from those MPs? Can you tell me what output you have seen from those MPs? What contribution the MP has given to you in your area or to nation? Do I have no such right to ask? And you have every right to ask me. Then I have a right to ask you what is your identity? And what right gives you right to ask me this? Who are you? I have every right to criticize government and Prime Minister. But who are you to criticize me? Yes, if you want to respond, you respond on question, on what I criticize. Don't respond on personality. I may be bad, I may be good. That's my choice, my problem. When there is some question, talk of question, not what I am. I am citizen like you are citizen. And if I raise some question, it's my absolute right to raise question, not otherwise. And if you cannot understand that, I cannot help you. No one can help you. If there is filth in your mind, if there is, sewage in your mind, who can help you? There are bacteria in your mind, you keep them with you. You want to do chanting in somebody's mind, somebody's name, chant. Don't teach me. Yes, if you talk about problems our nation is facing, society is facing, I can answer on that. I can help you, maybe. But if you are challenging me, if you challenge me, better avoid it. Because your challenge to me on any issue of politician got no meaning to me. For me, politician is nothing. As citizen of this country, I don't recognize politician. Yes, I can recognize a person. For me, politician is worthless. Politician is same thing as smallest person in technology. Just like my field worker, just like my lowest class decision, who takes very little responsibility. Just like a fitter, just like a carpenter, just like a mason, just like a driver. I don't consider politician more than that. Because he's not doing anything. My politician does nothing. At least my driver does something. My PN does something. What this politician doing for me? Nothing. Why then should I respect that politician? Why should I say honorable member? No, I will not say that. First, you be suitable for that, fit for that. I call you that. You may be prime minister, but prove that you are prime minister first. Automatically, you get respect. Because respect does not come by position, by title. It comes by performance. If you perform in that capacity extraordinarily or to meet requirements, automatically respect comes to you. You cannot loot respect. You may loot a nation. You may loot a bank. You may loot people's sentiment, but you cannot loot respect. You cannot loot respect and admiration from people. Yes, they may admire you in your face, but they shall abuse also about your acts behind scene. You may not even know that. Therefore, pyare bhakto, listen. Better be bhakt to your subjects, be bhakt to your work, and avoid bhakti of these looters. It will be better for you. Or I don't care. You do bhakti, keep off. Just like people do bhakti of God, do. I am not coming in your way. Do it. But if you talk against me about my nation or about my personality, you will be retaliated. You will be responded accordingly within my limits. If you talk of nation, if you talk of our problems, I shall certainly add my contribution. Otherwise, no. So don't take it easy. Don't take it easy. You may be whatever, wherever. No use, you are wasting your time. I just comment something on some post just to tell you, act properly. Okay? Do you understand? Okay. Coming back to problems. Public is of course now active. Indeed, they are active. They should be active. And it's good that people have started crying. Started not only crying, acting. They have started speaking. All sections of society, that is a good development. This was required few years back. People had to undertake such type of action in those days. First was when you changed the government. There was action, if you remember this period of 2013, that's called corruption, anti-corruption movement. People were very interested in that. You remember? 7 years back, what happened? People were so active, but there was a leader, there were leaders, and people trusted those leaders. All trusted them. But those leaders lost trust drastically. People trusted them, believed them that they are going to do some good for nation, they are going to amend system, or they will do reduce corruption, all that. But what was the result? All those people disappeared from scene. Even today's CM of Delhi, he is a product of that revolution. But he has lost that revolution now. He has lost that. He has become a politician. His aim was not politics. Maybe I'm not talking of what he has done. Forget that. I'm not talking about that. Whatever he has done, that is in capacity of government head, not as politician, nor not as revolutionary. His revolution was meant for something else, which he forgot. those people who were supported by crores of people of this country, Anna, V.K. Singh, and many more, all those were supported by people sincerely. Even government was shaken. All UPA government was shaken. It was considered as miracle would happen. Miracles would happen. Did it happen? Did you find anything as such? When BJP came to power, everything collapsed. They disappeared. All disappeared. They changed their styles. Many of them joined BJP. Many did their industries. Some people skipped. And some got government in Delhi. All have been resettled, you can say. Now Kejriwal is not that Kejriwal. Aam Aadmi Party is not that Aam Aadmi Party. It's a political party. Only political party, nothing else. That revolutionary activities has disappeared. So we were indirectly befooled by these people also. This is a frank statement. We were befooled by these all actors, and it is now assumed and felt that these were planted by either RSS or somewhere else or BJP, just to create a scene that existing government that time was worthless and must be removed, and they got successful. They got successful and very powerfully successful, not only successful, but public was ditched. Public kept silent. Public thought, okay, they have gone, no problem. There's a new government. This government is honest. They thought that way in 2014. Very honest they would be. They are patriot. They will do something for nation. They will change everything. They will fulfill their promises. This was common understanding. Even a lowest earning person was sure about them. But what is today? What is today? You think that, and you know that those who are 6 years shorter that time, those who are now 21, maybe 15 that time or 14 that time, they might not understand them well. But those who were 21 that time, now maybe 28, 27, they can think about that. What happened then? They have become voters now. Nothing happened. Has our country changed? Nothing has changed. It is down. It is fallen. It is fallen. In our constitution now, what is the status if you say? Our constitution says in preambles that we have many properties. We have many inbuilt characters of this country. All these characters are not working actually. We are thinking there's a government, there are institutions, judiciary, legislature. Are they conducting the way they should conduct? Are they? Just think of. Our legislature is just for name's sake. Just for name's sake. No revolutionary debate, no good responses to debates, no thinking, just seal, just like post office does. If there's a debate, nobody cares. People are raising questions, no one answers. Just personal bhakti, leaders bhakti. What is function of parliament? Do we not know? It is only to paper, seal and go. I don't think we need that type of parliament. If you are a parliamentarian, cannot debate, cannot understand what's there, cannot raise questions, cannot give right answer, then what is use of parliament? Today we have a question. You bring any draft of law and approve. Do not think. Today law comes and today approved and tomorrow that law goes. This happened in triple talaq. This happened in 370. This happened in CAA. Why so hurry? Why public is debarred of all information? I will question. I shall question. Because I am citizen. It is my country. It is not Bhakt country alone. It is not political people country alone. It's my ownership also. And based on that stack power, because I am a stakeholder, I have to raise this question. And if nobody answers, no problem. Still I will raise question. We were sleeping, of course. I used to say many times that we had been sleeping. We are sleeping. Yes, I can say a few percentage of sleeping people have come up. Remaining still are sleeping. Who shall awaken them? Even our court is sleeping. They take tea, come up and then sleep. Well, I cannot comment on that. No more comment on that. But those who are in our direct control, we have to awaken them. Why are they sleeping? Why are they sleeping? I don't want them to sleep. Why should they sleep? But we are accepting them sleep. Nation has to move. No one can stop that. No one can stop. There are so many problems in our country. Of course, there are problems in other countries. But we have population. We have to solve that problem. Our people are 140 crores. So problems are also that big. But we have infrastructure. We have system. We have so much we can utilize. But we need for that somebody behind, not only vote, but also tank of thinking. Tank of thinking. We don't have tank of thinking. Our think tank doesn't exist. This government doesn't want think tank. In your home also there is some think tank. Maybe your father, your mother, your brother, sister, or neighbor. Somebody must be there to help you think. But in our country now, there is no think tank. You have to confirm first that is think tank or no. Means, what do you think about current state? My question is that. Can we think? When you study, you think. Otherwise, you cannot study. In subjects which are analytical, which does, for example, mathematics, you have to think. You have to practice. And if you cannot think, you cannot practice. Same applies in every field. If a farmer cannot think, can he work? He has to calculate how much this, how much that, how much water, how much pesticide is directed. Only then good crop can come. Otherwise, we know what shall come, nothing shall come. Now, if you take change due to changes of weather, what's happening in Europe? Yesterday, I was getting news from Europe. Many countries there, desertification is happening. Desertification. You know what's desertification? Desertification. Desertification means those fertile lands which used to be good crops are getting deserts. They are getting converted to deserts because of climate change. There was saturated area. Now they are not getting water. No water available below and no one is coming from above. And there are some areas in the same way, Europe, which are getting flooded. Means there is so much drastic change in climate state, climate existence. Those areas which are fertile have become deserts. And this is big cause of concern for these nations and concern for those nations who are getting flooded because they cannot control flood. So today we are coming to know from those areas that those people used to say they are masters, they are very powerful. They are not. Because we have faced same problem in our country for centuries. Flood, famine, they are facing. Australia is facing bushfire. Advanced country it is. It cannot control bushfire. What I say, you have to see the problems are always there. All Gulf countries earn money because of fuel. Now they are talking of different. Saudi is talking differently. We don't want to exclusively depend upon fossil fuels. We have to chart out separate. They are taking it. They are doing that. Good, do it. Because you have already lost your time. You have lost your time. Because you have lost your time. You had made money. You have money. That's your talking. You are not having shortage of food. You are claiming, Saudi is claiming that we will do best in environment. We will first one to use technology, convertible particles, all that. But they will not say they have used oil. They're not saying that. They have used fossil fuel. They have taken all means nearly all. This will took millions of years to convert from fossil, from dead bodies by anaerobic action into this oil, into gas, into methane, into propane. They got that from these. And now they are becoming as, oh, we care for ecology. You have eaten that already. And because you extracted that oil, you sold that to other countries, exported, and you spoiled other areas also. Already you have eaten. And yes, you want to do, you're number one in that. Okay, fine, you're number one in that. Have you planned to stop further exploration? You have not stopped. Still you are going to explore. Cyprus is going to explore. Turkey is going to explore. One side say we want to control ecology. We want to control climate. But no, they are not controlling. They are planning to explore more oil, more fossil fuel. We will not allow any deficiency anywhere. They are saying that also. And they are pulling more cars. Of course, they are pulling battery cars. They have electric cars. That's good one. But they have not stopped production of fossil fuel based cars, diesel based, or this you can say petrol based cars. They are doing that, and we are also doing that. Means they are only thinking to control climate. Actually, they are not controlling. They are moving on their earning way. They are more interested in money than in climate control. Means using our eyes, using our mind, we cannot even think parallel. Our first criteria is money, our budget, our economy. But we forget that our economy is going to die because of climate also. If that area which is desertified now, means they cannot crop there, they cannot seed, they cannot use that as agriculture. Agricultural power has gone, it is finished. And those areas we have flooded, they too. Means don't blame nature in that case. You spoiled area, you converted that area into a desert by your own actions. Burning fuel every day, using cars every day, using cars every day. This is happening. And no one is, and should not be serious. Because they are not that intelligent. Now they are talking stop fuel, use of fuel. use other energies, this energy, that energy. Were they sleeping before? We did not have intelligence. We didn't have mind to think what we are thinking now. But no, money is first. And we are doing same. Are we different in this country? Tell me how we are different. We know this pollution is going to kill us. It's going to cause all diseases to us. We know it. We are not serious. We are not serious. Again, I am reminding. Every day, 35 crores approximately vehicles are moving all over India, Bharat. 35 crores. Imagine how much fuel is being wasted. Big cars, big trucks, big fuels, of course, you need services to be transport. Then they are all moving every day. This means they are consuming fuel. And we have to spend foreign exchange on that. That's also true. That is what I am saying. Means issue is seriousness and where we are. We can only compare to others what is happening there, what is happening there. But we have to solve our. Of course, pollution is international problem. It's an international issue. But people still are thinking in secondary way, not in a prime way. They are thinking in a way that you should just discuss it and leave it. No final decision and no discussion. It has happened with us. It's happening with us. What shall otherwise we do? Education. Where do we stand? You say our education is very good. I think now it's not very good. Except you say some other fields of engineering, you may perform better, but to an extent. Other fields are concerned, science, engineering, which are very drastic fields, very delicate fields. There is no capacity to know that. No capacity to know that. You cannot analyze those fields. They are missing. Why don't we analyze? Well, everywhere we sleep, we say we have too many educated people. Yes, we have. We have too many professors. We have. We have millions of engineers. Yes, we have. We have doctors. We have. We have everybody. We have thousands of judges as well, right? But cases are pending. Is it fact or no? We have big judiciary. Of course, we need more. I don't say no. But what is the status of cases? We have very big government. All ministries count. Very big government. Very organization. But what are they doing? What are they doing? They may doing theoretical, they may doing paperwork. I'm accepting that. But what is the result? It's not start. They didn't start this country. Country was moving. They just jumped up on that vehicle of country and they are again moving. It happens. We have to concentrate on this. And most important aspect is that if your infrastructure, if your lifestyle is not changed, if we change our lifestyle, we can get something. And if you say, no, I need all kinds of comforts, I cannot sacrifice here, I can't sacrifice there, you cannot get anything. First point is your system. Again, I come to that. All other points are secondary. If your system is not working properly, if it is floppy, you are floppy. Of course, now there is problem everywhere, but we have to first check our problem. We have to ensure our problem. And our problem is that first we have to clean our system. It's not Swachh Bharat, I'm not talking of that. I am talking of ourselves, our type of public. Today, what you think future is good, you are wrong. If you think future is good and it will be all right, self, never. And if you change your mind, you think for future constructively, you take seriousness into your minds, and you control yourself, and you control government as well. Government control is in your hand. Well, you may say I am always negative. No, I am not negative. I am very positive. Negative or positive are different, but of course, they're relevant. Anyhow, I was only thinking to bring to your attention about what I am serious. And actually, when problem exists, it's better to solve that problem as soon as possible, or you have to face problems further. Till now, problems were not seen, hidden by these politicians. Now these politicians have been exposed in public, at national as well as at international level. Our politicians have come into limelight that they are useless politicians. It's a fact. Our politicians are not that smart they should be. I'm talking in general. There may be exceptions. I'm not talking that one. We have only assumptions made by us. We have no solutions. And if you want solution, you have to solve yourself. Our MPs will not help you. They will not help you. If they had helped you, they would have come by now to help you. Tell me, did any MP come to any group where people are sitting in last 2-3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks? No MP came. Yes, some people of political parties are coming, they're delivering speeches somewhere. For example, some Congress guy came, some other guy came. That is not required. You will support us, you will not support, that's also no question here. They come, oh, we are with you, we support you. What's the meaning of support you? No meaning. Go and fight with Prime Minister. Why do you fight with Prime Minister? Fight with legislative body, fight with MPs. Tell MPs what you have done. You were also there, you are also MP. Ask MPs what you've done. Ask a speaker. Why not allow check? Ask everybody. One is not responsible. I cannot pass blame exclusively to executive. It's the fault of legislature. Legislature cheated us. To be very frank, it is lawmaking body that cheated public. No one else. Very serious issue I'm telling you. Your MPs are worthless. You are unnecessary bearing this burden of financing them. Worthless stock of this country. Because they are not your MPs. They are not your MPs, actually. They only think that they belong to political parties. This is a problem. You are assuming them your MPs, they are not your MPs. Had they been yours, they would have come to you to see you. What's the problem? Why are you sitting here? I want to solve this problem. Nobody came. Because 303 MPs belong to Modi, 55 MPs belong to Congress, and like that others. So they are their MPs, means they are not your representatives. They are not, and that's why they abuse. They are not your MPs, mind it. Therefore, you don't need them. Simple. So what to do if you don't need them? Find solution. If they are with you, they should come to you. They should come to you. क्या कहूं मैं आपसे, बार बार कह के थक जाता हूं। आपको बात समझ नहीं आती, आप समझना नहीं चाहते, छोटे बच्चों की तरह खेल दिए चल दिए। इतना बड़ा देश, इतने बड़े लोग, इतनी पब्लिक, इतनी शक्ति, खाने पीने में मस्त, खेलने कूदने में मस्त, गप्पे मारने में मस्त, वीडियो पे मस्त, किसी से कोई लेना देना नहीं, भक्ति में लगे हैं नेताओं की। देशद्रोही हो गए दूसरे जो बात ना करें उनसे, उनकी भक्ति, उनसे उल्टे बोले, ये सब क्या है? अरे भाई, हमको क्या जीना है बस अकेले? देश को भी तो चलना है आगे। अगर देश ऐसे ही सोचता रहा तो क्या होगा इस देश का? ये सोचने का विषय नहीं है। कोई मस्ती, कोई बात नहीं, कोई लेना, ठीक है यार, चलने दो ना, मरने दो ना, जो होगा देखा जाएगा। पता नहीं हम देश को देश क्यों नहीं समझते। बस नौकरी नहीं मिल रही, जॉब नहीं है, मजदूर मर रहा है, जॉब नहीं है, किसान मर रहा है, जॉब नहीं है, ये नहीं सोचेंगे इसका जिम्मेदार कौन है। अच्छा, आपने जिम्मेदार भी पकड़ लिया, क्या किया आपने? क्या किया आपने पकड़ के? कुछ लोग मोदी को दोष दे देते हैं, कुछ लोग कांग्रेस को दोष दे देते हैं। अरे क्या होगा उन दोषों से? उनके बस का कुछ नहीं है, होता तो वो करते। मोदी को तो सत्ता में आना था, वो आ गया, उसको दुनिया घूमना था, उसे घूम ली, उसका काम खत्म। और वो अब कह रहा है कि मैं तो वो काम करूंगा जो मेरी पार्टी चाहती है। तो उसकी पार्टी तो क्या चाहती है आपको पता नहीं है। आपको इतना ज्यादा उल्लू बनाया जा चुका है और बन चुके हैं आप, पता नहीं क्यों बन गए हम उल्लू। अरे ये किसी के हैं क्या? ये किसी के नहीं है, ये किसी के हो भी नहीं सकते। जब आदमी धर्मों में बढ़ जाता है ना, वो किसी का नहीं हो सकता। हमारा देश का जो नागरिक है, आज तो खैर बात सारे ऐसे नहीं कर रहे, लेकिन ज्यादातर धर्म में बढ़ गए थे। We were divided among religion lines which crushed this country only because of this. पता नहीं क्यों बढ़ गए, मुझे पता ही नहीं लग रहा। बढ़ गए, सारे बढ़ गए। हिंदू हिंदू, मुसलमान, तो हिंदू है बोल, हम गर्व से हिंदू है लगे हैं पोस्टर, गर्व से बोलो हम हिंदू हैं। अच्छा भैया, आप हिंदू हैं माना, तो इसमें गर्व की क्या बात है? इसमें आपने क्या किया है? आप सोच रहे की बात है ना, आई एम हिंदू, आई हैव प्राइड ऑफ दिस। अरे भैया, आपने अचीव किया है क्या? क्या अचीव किया आपने जो हिंदू है? तो हिंदू का मतलब आप नहीं जानते, गर्व से बोलो हम हिंदू हैं, ऐसे पोस्टर लगे हुए हैं। मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा मतलब क्या इस बात का। अगर मैं हिंदू हूं या नहीं हूं, मुसलमान हूं या नहीं हूं, इसमें गर्व की क्या बात है? देश को क्या लेना है इस बात से? मेरे समाज को क्या लेना है इस बात से? मेरे भविष्य से क्या लिंक है इस बात का? मैं हिंदू हूं तो क्या मुझे फर्क पड़ जाएगा? मेरी सोच बदल जाएगी क्या? मेरा काम करने का तरीका बदल जाएगा? क्या हो जाएगा उससे? भ्रम पैदा कर रहे हो आप, खामा का भ्रम पैदा कर रहे हो पब्लिक में। मैं मुसलमान हूं तो क्या होगा उससे? अरे भाई, ये आपका अपना है। आप नमाज पढ़ें, आप ओम नमो शिवाय करें, आप बाइबल पढ़ें, आप बुद्धम शरणम गच्छामि करें, गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब पढ़ें, मुझे क्या फर्क पड़ने वाला है? पढ़ना आपको है, मस्जिद जाना है आपको, जाना है मंदिर जाना आपको, जाना है जाइए, मुझे क्या लेना देना है? मैं तो नागरिक हूं, मुझे नागरिक की हैसियत से सांस लेना दो यार। मेरा दम घुट रहा है, अब दिखता नहीं आपको, सांस नहीं आ रहा मुझे। इतनी सी बात समझ नहीं आती आपको? मैं पूछ रहा हूं रोटी कहां से खाऊं, उसका जवाब नहीं आप दे रहे। मेरे घर में दाल नहीं, उसका जवाब नहीं दे रहे आप। प्याज नहीं, उसका जवाब नहीं दे रहे आप। चाय नहीं मैं पी पर जवाब नहीं दे रहे। पानी नहीं आ रहा घर में, जवाब नहीं दे रहे, वो जवाब नहीं दे रहे। मुझे पैसा नहीं मिल रहा बाजार में, क्या करूं? मुझे मजदूरी का काम नहीं मिल रहा, मैं क्या करूं? उसको आप जवाब नहीं दे रहे। कोई बात करते हो, देशद्रोही हो गए। मुझे पैसा नहीं मिल रहा, मुझे जॉब नहीं मिल रहा, मैं कह रहा हूं जॉब दिलाओ, देशद्रोही हो गया मेरे साथ से। वाह भाई वाह, मैं गद्दार हो गया। आपका काम है मुझे जॉब दिलवाना, वो आप नहीं कर रहे। आप गद्दार नहीं, गद्दार मैं। ये कौन सा तरीका है? ये कैसी सरकार है? ये कैसा लेजिस्लेचर है? ये कैसा एमपी है, सांसद है? ये क्या गधा है? प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करता नहीं है, कह रहे आप गद्दार है। अरे कमाल हो गया यार। करना धरना कुछ नहीं, बकवास करते रहेंगे। जब देखो हट जाओ, तो बस करिए तो यार, जाओ यहां से। जबरदस्ती बिठाया दो सीट पे क्या? अगर आपको काम नहीं आता तो जाइए, कोई और करेगा। आप पकड़ के ऐसे बैठे हैं कि आप बचपन में पैदा होते हुए सीट को अपने पास लाए थे, पैदा होकर लाए थे इसको सीट को। काम धाम आता नहीं है, गद्दार हैं आप। पहले पागल थे, हमने काम नहीं किया था। वो बेवकूफ थे, हमने तो कभी नहीं कहा गद्दार हैं आप। कौन सी कांग्रेस है आपको गद्दार है, आप बताइए। अटल बिहारी गद्दार का कांग्रेस थे? किसको गद्दार का कांग्रेस है? कभी नहीं कहा। आपको गद्दार कहा क्या? अरे आप तो गद्दार थे, तब भी गद्दार नहीं कहा। आज भी वो नहीं कहते गद्दार आपको, पब्लिक कहती है। मैं कहता हूं काम आता नहीं है, दूसरे को गाली देते रहो। हिंदू कहूं, हम हिंदू। अबे क्या हो गया हिंदू से यार? हिंदू मुसलमान करते रहो, सारी जिंदगी यही करते रहो। सारी जिंदगी हिंदू मुसलमान सिख ईसाई, हिंदू मुसलमान यही करते रहो सारी जिंदगी। रोटी की बात नहीं, पढ़ाई की बात नहीं, शिक्षा की बात नहीं, हेल्थ की बात नहीं, आगे बढ़ने की बात नहीं, कुछ बात नहीं करो उनसे। खा जाओ पैसा, लूट के भाग गए, वापस नहीं लड़ सकते। हर बात आती है इलेक्शन में, उसका वहां ये कैसे, उसका वैसे, हमने नोटिस निकाल दिया, हमने ये करते, हमने सब ड्रामेबाजी आपकी, कुछ नहीं। भागने दिया पहले, तब नहीं रोका जब जरूरत थी रोकने की। अब नोटिस निकालते रहो। कौन आता है? कोई आता नहीं है। बेकार की बात है, पब्लिक को बेवकूफ बनाया जाओ बस। आतंकवादी आ गए, हमला करेंगे, भय में डाल जाओ, डर के 10 लाख आर्मी आपकी किस लिए? अगर आतंकवादी आ रहे हैं तो क्या कर रही है आर्मी? पैसे दे रहे हैं उसको भी, कैसे आतंकवादी आ गए? 350 किलोग्राम RDX आता है, उसको आज तक आपने बताया नहीं वो कैसे आया, पूछे नहीं। टेलीविजन के कहने से गद्दार हो जाएंगे क्या? अरे कमाल की बात है। पैसे हम लगाएं, टैक्स हम दें, सरकारें वोट हम दें, और हम पूछे भी नहीं कि ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है। तुम्हारे भक्तों के बाप के नौकर हैं, उनकी बात मानेंगे हम? गद्दार हो, गद्दार हो सब। तुम्हारी वजह से गद्दारी हो रही है, ये तुम्हारी बदतमीजी की वजह से सरकार उस काम नहीं कर रही है। मोदी 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 पागल बना के रख दिया है। आज वही मोदी का नाम बदनाम हो रहा है। WF जाके देख लो, दास्ट क्या डिक्टेटर मोदी कहा जा रहा है। बेइज्जती करा दी पूरी दुनिया में आपने, ऐसी की तैसी करा दी भारत के नाम की। चिल्लाए जा रहे हो बिना बात की, ना समस्या को समझते हो, ना समस्या की जड़ को पकड़ते हो, ना कोई सॉल्यूशन निकालते हो। बस सुन बचाओ, घर घर में जाओ जी, मेरा ये मानते हो कि नहीं कानून मानते हो? ये कानून मानिए। अरे कमाल की सरकार है यहाँ। कानून पास होने के बाद कह रहे हैं कानून मानिए। इसमें ये है कि आपने किसी और कानून के बारे में बताया, उसमें क्या है? एक यही कानून के बारे में बताना है आपको? आपने किसी और कानून के बारे में समझाया था कि इसमें ये अच्छा है, ये बुराई है? इसी कानून में आप क्यों बता रहे हैं? क्या जरूरत पड़ेगी आपको ऐसी? क्या संविधान में लिखा है कि आप कानून पास होने के बाद जाके पब्लिक को बताएं, देखिए हमने इसमें ये किया है? पब्लिक को क्या मूर्ख समझाया आपने? इतना बेवकूफ समझ लिया पब्लिक को आपने कि पब्लिक समझती है कुछ? आपके बताने पर समझेगी। तो छोटे बच्चे को देखो, बच्चा ये CAT कैट है, बिल्ली होता है इसका मतलब। कोई बेवकूफ नहीं है, सब समझते हैं। कभी आपने संविधान का मतलब तो नहीं बताया लोगों को? कभी गए आप बताने घर घर में, भैया देखो ये संविधान है, इसमें अच्छी बात है, बुरी बात है? आज तक बताया आपने? गए आप घर में, संविधान ये है तो पढ़ो, वो तो आप नहीं बताएंगे, वो तो नहीं कहेंगे आप। क्यों नहीं गए भाई? जाओ घर घर में, संविधान के बारे में समझाइए, बताइए कि संविधान इतना अच्छा है, बताइए जाके। बताइए कि धर्मनिरपेक्षता इतनी अच्छी है, बताइए समाजवाद इतना अच्छा है, आप बताएंगे? वो क्यों नहीं बताते आप? आप अगर इतने ही अच्छे हैं तो हर चीज बताइए, शिक्षा दीजिए उनको अच्छी। आप बताइए अपने बच्चों को अच्छे स्कूल में भेजिए, वहां अच्छी पढ़ाई हम देंगे। अब तो पैसे ही बढ़ाए जा रहे हैं, फीस ही बढ़ाए जा रहे हैं। अरे कमाल की बात है। पब्लिक का कुछ करना नहीं है, शोर मचाना है। मतलब पब्लिक को पागल समझ रखा है। वोट दे दो मोदी के नाम पे, बैठेगा कोई और। अगर मैं मोदी के नाम पे वोट दूंगा तो मोदी मेरा एमपी होना चाहिए ना। क्यों नहीं आता पूछने लोगों से? मेरा एमपी तो मर गया, वो आता ही नहीं। 350 एमपी मर गए, 550 एमपी मर गए, ये कहेंगे हम क्या? पब्लिक लड़ रही है, शोर मचा रही है, बैठी है, भूखी है, नहीं है किसी एमपी को कोई लेना देना नहीं है इस देश से। बस वोट के टाइम एमपी है, उसके बाद नहीं है, साफ है। और उसका सबूत चाहिए आपको? कितने दिन से लोग बैठे हैं जगह जगह, कोई एमपी कहीं गया? अब पब्लिक का हक है उनको बुलाए, जबरदस्ती बुलाए उनको। लेकिन पब्लिक भी नहीं बुला रही, पब्लिक भी बेवकूफ है। अरे आपका एमपी है वो, आपने इसको वोट दिया है या नहीं दिया है, सवाल इसका नहीं है। आज की तारीख में वो आज का एमपी है और आपको पूरा हक है उससे पूछने का कि तुमने क्या किया, ये बता। खुदा नहीं है, भगवान नहीं है, वो सिर्फ सांसद है, सिर्फ आपका असिस्टेंट है। वो सांसद आपका सहायक है लेजिस्लेचर में, विधायिका में। वो आपकी बिहाफ पे वहां बैठा है और वहां आपकी तरफ से कानूनों को पास करता है जो सरकार से आते हैं। वो उसने क्यों पास किया है यह पूछ नहीं सकते उससे। फिर क्या करेंगे आप? क्या जरूरत है उसकी? क्यों रखा जाए 550 एमपी को, 250? क्या करते क्या है? आरा का मशीन चलाते हैं वहां पे, आटा पीसते, क्या करते हैं? ऐश करते हैं, शोर मचाते हैं बिना मतलब के, होते भी नहीं है सीटों पे। फ्लाइटें चाहिए, टेलीफोन चाहिए, मकान चाहिए, सेवक चाहिए, बॉडीगार्ड चाहिए, ये चाहिए। और वीआईपी हैं जी, हम पुलिस के साथ जा रहे हैं, हमारी बॉडीगार्ड है ये, पब्लिक बॉडीगार्ड। पब्लिक को कोई बॉडीगार्ड नहीं चाहिए, इनको चाहिए। गुस्सा नहीं आएगा? खून पसीने से मेहनत हम करें, टैक्स हम दें, हर चीज में टैक्स ये लें, ऐश भी ये करें, हम इन्हें वोट भी दें, इनको हार भी पहनाएं, इनको नेताजी भी कहें, और ये हमारे जूते मारे, पुलिस को भेज दे कि मारो इनको। ये है क्या लोकतंत्र? ये लोकतंत्र नहीं है हमारा। ना ये पुलिस को पुलिस का काम करने दे रहे, ना ये अपना काम कर रहे लोकसभा में, ना ये सरकार को कुछ समझते हैं, ना सरकार को कुछ समझती है। सरकार तो एक आदमी चला रहे हैं, 2 आदमी चला रहे हैं, इनसे कोई लेना देना नहीं है। तो भैया सरकार में तुम नहीं तो हमारे साथ तो आओ ना। अगर आप हमारे साथ को मानते हो तो अपनी शक्ति दिखाओ, इसका विरोध करो और छोड़ दो पोस्ट। तुम्हारे बस का नहीं है तो अपने आप सरकार गिर जाएगी, अपने आप दोबारा सरकार दूसरी आएगी, हमारी समस्या खत्म हो जाएगी। वो आप नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि आपको अपनी सीट देखती है, दोबारा मैं आऊंगा कि नहीं आऊंगा। अरे पब्लिक के साथ होगे तो 4 बार आओगे, 6 बार आओगे, और पब्लिक के साथ नहीं होगे तो मोदी के साथ से नहीं आने वाले, कभी नहीं आओगे। लिख लेना, जमानतें जब्त होंगी तुम्हारी। क्या समझ के रखा है? पब्लिक के साथ दोगे तो पब्लिक आपको हार पहनाएगी, आपको अपने दिल में बैठाएगी, खुद वोट देगी। वो होता है एमपी। पब्लिक का होता है जो। आप तो पब्लिक से दूर हो, आप तो पब्लिक की सुनना भी नहीं चाहते। क्या है कि एमपी? फिर आप, मैं सबके लिए कह रहा हूं, किसी भी पार्टी का एमपी हो, उनकी बात ही नहीं सुनते आके। अरे करो, कोशिश तो करो, असफल होंगे सफल होंगे बात की बात है। पूछो तो सभी, हम आपके साथ हैं, बोलो हम क्या करें आपके लिए। कभी पूछते भी नहीं हो आप आके, क्या साथ दोगे पब्लिक का? अफसोस की बात है। खैर कोई नहीं है, अब ज्यादा भड़कने से कुछ होने वाला तो है नहीं। अब बात को मैं यहीं खत्म करूंगा। दुख होता है, सच दुख होता है देख के, जब परेशानी हो रही है, सब जगह शोर शराबा, हाय हाय हंगामा। अगर सरकारें ऐसी चलनी होती हैं तो शायद मुझे प्राइम मिनिस्टर की जरूरत नहीं है, एमपीओ की भी जरूरत नहीं। ये तो वैसे ही हो जाएगा, वैसे ही हो जाएगा। लॉ एंड ऑर्डर है ही नहीं, कोई जिम्मेदारी है नहीं, कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है नहीं। क्या करोगे फिर? फिर जरूरत क्या है किसी सरकार की? फिर तो चलने दो, अपने आप चलने दो सब, क्या कहेगा कोई। हम पढ़ लिख के भी अनपढ़ हैं, समझ के भी असमझ हैं, क्या करोगे? कुछ नहीं कर सकते। आप स्ट्रांग हो जाओ, इस देश को बचा लो। हाथ में जब कोई चीज होती है ना, उसकी वैल्यू नहीं होती है। आज आपके हाथ में आपका देश है, आपका संविधान है, आपका लोकतंत्र है, आपकी वेल्थ है देश की, तो इसकी वैल्यू नहीं है। जब कोई नहीं होगा ना, तब बजाते रहना घंटियां मंदिर में जाके, करते रहना हमारे मस्जिद में जाके, करते रहना, फिर यही काम है। ओके, धन्यवाद। जय भारत, जय भारत। ओके।